Well, hello, everybody. Great to see you all here. It's been a minute, but it's summertime and camping season for me. Yes, 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 yes. Camping season for me. And I was hoping we were going to get back in time today to do this stream. Just things came together and boom, here we go. But, you know, I just cannot bring myself sometimes to want to leave up there. However, when it's at least 100 degrees Fahrenheit up there and 10 degrees hotter down here, there is a small chance I want to stay longer up there. Can you imagine that? Hmm? Yes. Well, I'm sure you all know it's pretty darn hot right now here in Vegas. I think I'm at 106 Fahrenheit, 107. It depends. I'm sure they got to 110 or 111 in Laughlin, probably 118 in Death Valley. Yes, extremely, extremely hot. That's for darn sure. But I'm sitting here in the air condition as it should be. But funny, I'm taking stuff out of the car, and I always say to people, if you really want to know what it's like to live in Vegas in the summer, next time you bake a cake, a turkey, or something like that, when you're going to check what you got in there, just get your face close to that oven door when you open it and that blast of heat coming out of there. Ah, it's magnificent, especially when it radiates off of the sidewalk, as you're walking into the house. Oh yeah, it's absolutely wonderful. Well, hope you all caught Stacy's stream. I was lurking in and out of there and thought it's a wonderful thing. And I agree. I'd like to see them change some of those rules and being able to put a little peat in something on a more regular basis, which, like she said, there is, or at one time, even more peated Irish than what is around. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. And I alluded on her stream that, I may be getting a hand delivery of a kilo and peated uh, straight from Ireland. So got my fingers crossed. I actually talked to the people while they were there from the bottle shop. They called me and hey, what about this? What about that? And I go, that one, because they said it was kilo and it was peated. So I said, I'll buy it. Whatever it is, I'll buy it. But anyway, I'm hoping. But let's get through here. I know Torup was here earlier. Always great to see him. I haven't seen him in a while, but always appreciate it when he sticks his head in there. Of course, Marty. Appreciate Marty. Don't forget, Marty is streaming Tuesday, people. You don't want to miss it. I guarantee it. Dave, cheers, man. Appreciate you being here. Thank you. Peter, always a pleasure, my friend. Thank you. And of course, Donner Pass. Cheers, man. Great having you all here. Spoke to Eric earlier. He will be visiting us. He just got home a few hours ago, so he's getting things situated at home. But good that he got home safe and sound. Did you see what he got? Ooh, he got some good stuff while he was there. I'm not going to say if you don't know, but some of you that are in that text group, 20, 25 of us. Anyway, he had sent it out, and I was like, oh man, that looks so good. Anyway, he will be here too. And sorry about Sugar Kitty's cat passing. It's always tough when you lose a pet if you had a pet. We all know I went through it this past March, lost Olivia, and his cat had some health issues, but pulled through many times. But at 19 years old, for a cat like that, that was a good life. And I guarantee you, Sugar Kitty served Sugar quite well. guaranteed. So here's to Sugar Kitty and sugar. Mm. So if you saw what I said, I'm going back and revisiting some of these bottles that I had previously reviewed and said, they just need a little time. Let's see what they are in a few weeks, a month. Well, some of them have been months, but neither here nor there. I'm starting off the stream, and then I'll get back into chat with the Glendronach Ode to the Valley, 46.2 ABV. Wow. One of the things I noticed when I popped this and I poured it into the Glen, the fruit was much more pronounced. It was just wonderful. The sweet port and the sherry with like ripe berries on the nose. Let me get another one here. Like ripe berries and stuff on the nose. Ooh, plums, figs, thick, dark stewed fruit. Yeah, it's really nice. And then when I took that sip to sugar, I was like, oh man, that was literally that was the first sip since I had cracked it since I pulled the cork off the bottle, poured it in a glass. Just before I got on the stream, I didn't sip it. I didn't do anything like that. But oh man, that this turned out to be really really nice. I don't know. I know. I do believe Eric has it. I don't know if anyone else here has it or has tried it. However, I think they're good. So there was three of them. So Ode to the Valley, Ode to the Dark, and Ode to the Ember that had come out in this series. They were all good. This is the first time I have been back to this probably since, when did I do the review? March, give or take? Somewhere in there. But anyway, we're having an odd day here in Central California, foothills, cloudy. 82. Ooh, man. Last week, Donner Pass, when I was up where my camp is, it was in the 80s and it was beautiful, but it got windy in the afternoon and just windy. This week, we were about 97, 98. No wind to speak of, maybe a 3-mile-an-hour breeze just moving the heat around a bit. I tell you what, it was warm yesterday, and then down here was, of course, worse. And then today, it's 8 degrees, 7 degrees warmer here than there, but of course that's higher elevation. Now, next weekend when we go, of course, they say there's 30-40% chance of rain because of the heat in the monsoon, the moisture's pulling in, and with that heat and the moisture, it's stirring up the atmosphere to increase our chances of rain. I worry when they say we have like a 5 or 10% chance. We're into the 30s, 50s, 60s, 80s. I don't too much raise an eyebrow about that. They more get it wrong when they say we have 10% or under, or they're pretty much spot on if they're north of 90%. We're going to get rain. But I don't know. But, we so far, 3-4 days this week, I got a 30% chance. 80s, yeah, not a cloud in the sky, no humidity, and nice breeze. Why? You don't get those. You don't get much of those in Canada, Peter. Get outside. Last week when I was up at camp, it was beautiful in the mornings. 58, 59 in the morning. Yeah, kind of cool. When you stepped out there, it's like, oh, yeah. The AC wasn't on. Open the windows in the camper. Let the fan run. We have a couple regular fans, just like you would, but, didn't need the AC. The windows, oh my gosh, it was beautiful in there. Just beautiful. Yeah, I knew Sugar was ill, and then I knew the cat pulled through, and just on Stacy's stream, his name had Sugar Kitty and then R.I.P. and I knew. So yeah, he said that Sugar had crossed the Rainbow Bridge here this week. So yeah, that's tough. That is certainly tough. But getting back to the Glendronach, this is really truthfully nice. The one I'm going to pop open, I left it here a couple of weeks ago when I last did the stream. I opened up the Tamdu cigar malt right here. I want to get into that. This is this is coming in at 53.8. So I've got that here, and I'm looking forward to getting into that. Oh my gosh. A few old Glendronach bottles, going to have to dig them out one of these days. You know what? Yeah. Yep. And you know what? I'll give you a little bit of warning. So when I do the Forgotten Not Gone series, I got to do number 5. The last one I did was 4. I was just funny. I saw that. I bet you it's been close to a year ago since I had done an actual stream, forgotten but not gone. It's those bottles that get pushed way in the back and then we bring them up. I'll give you a little bit of a warning and say, hey, you got 2 weeks or whatever. And if you want to pull it out, look for some. Then when I do the stream, you can sip along with us with whatever it is that you got. Oh my gosh, was that really top dog? Holy smokes. Look at this. Amazing. What time is it? Almost 7 o'clock for him. It's almost his bedtime, but I'm glad he's up. Yeah, I got this at Christmas this past year, and this one's the 750. Everything, even they had them there, the 700s. But the guy I know knew I'd be interested in this, and he was hoping I was coming. And I got there just a couple of days before Christmas, and it was my perfect Christmas gift to me. And he went and dug this out, this last 750, because the 750 and the 700, even though it's not that much out of the bottle, they were the same price. So, yeah, a little side story on that. And last time I spoke, I told you guys that the liquor lineup, the owner had passed. When I last checked, the stores were still closed, but they did say they were going to open soon. So I'm going to assume getting the documents changed, particularly the liquor license, will take them a moment. But I do plan on driving by there probably tomorrow on my way home from work just to see if anything has changed on the door of the place. And then I may inquire to a few people that I know. I just didn't feel it was right. But it's been, a month or so since he had passed. And I think I'll reach out now and just see if I can get a feel for what is or isn't going to happen over there. Eric, I knew you'd be up sooner or later. Knew you'd be up. I told him, I said, you were just getting your second win. You unpacked, you drove home today like I did, and you're just getting yourself situated. And by the way, if anybody's here, wants to pop on, the link is in there. Feel free to pop on. It is open tonight for whoever would like to pop on for a little bit. I'll be on till about 6 my time, maybe 6:30, give or take. Like Eric said to me today, getting up at 1:30 in the morning sucks. Well, it does. But I only have a few more weeks of that because school starts August 10th here. So I'll be on a totally new schedule. I'll even start later in the day. Instead of going in at 5, I'll probably be going in at 6 and then working to 2:30 instead of 5 to 1:30, an hour. They're changing the start times for the schools here. It's absolutely nobody can understand it, but they feel if the kids get more sleep, they're going to do better on tests and in school in general. Well, yes, I can understand that. However, if you can't control them in school, how are you going to control what they do once they leave there? How are you going to take that phone away, that tablet away, their computer, or whatever it is they use to communicate on whatever? It's just ridiculous. I don't understand it, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Now, hold on. I got to catch up there. How are you, sir? I saw Mr. Mom in here, and I wanted to make sure I saw him. I was getting into a story there, but it's always great having him here. Really is. Always appreciate it. I like the 5 to 1:30. I didn't have a problem with that. I liked it, but you know, it's just how it goes. Isn't that how it goes? Absolutely. Absolutely. However, now in the job I'm in, you call me, it costs you. You got to pay me. If you want to discuss something because it's not right, it's overtime. It's overtime. Yeah, I'm not a salaried member of management anymore. I like that part of it. I do like that part of it. Anyway, okay, let's see here. All righty, perfect, perfect. I did see Richie Z, not physically. No, is he in here? Did I miss Tore Up? I know he was here earlier. Did he pop in there and I missed his butt? Did I miss him? I could have. I could have. There's no doubt about it. I could have. But I was just going to say, I didn't think I did. Didn't think I did. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I have been asked to do a few things like that. And no, and recently have been asked if I wanted to entertain the thought about going back into a casino. Oh, no. No. Aha! There he is. It's like saying Beetlejuice 3 times. You say tore up, you say tore up, you say tore up, boom. There you go. Either that or somebody sent him a text and said, "Hey, Anthony's talking about you." It was good. I mean it. It was good. Hey, that's what I did. I went back to the tools. I went back to the tools. I will say this. Uh, I will say this. It is a little harder on us as we get older. It is. Jumping up and down them ladders or on and off a 20-foot scissor lift or whatever, it's I hiked my butt up there a couple of times last week. Must have been 40, 50 times off and on, off and on, off and on in an 8-hour day. Yeah. Oh, it's coming back. Don't you worry. It's coming back. It's coming back. But, every now and then I got to whack the weeds off and exfoliate, condition the skin, all that good stuff. Because no matter what beard oil I use or creams or whatever, it just starts getting itchy. And then I like, okay, boom, time to go. And it finally it does coincide with summer, and you would think the winter is worse. No, I guess it's just the heat and stuff here. But anyway, now it's coming back. But I don't know if you were looking and you heard. I'm going back and just revisiting this Glendronach Ode to the Valley. Did a review a few months back, and first time I had opened it up since then. And wow, the fruit has really popped on this. It's just at 46 ABV, 46.2, excuse me. Really good dram. And the first sip I had is when I was talking to these people, and I had sipped it because we're talking about Sugar Kitty and particularly the cat Sugar passing, and did a toast and sipped it. It was like, oh my goodness, it's really good. So time for this bottle or this that I opened it is done well. Has really done well. Mm. The sherry, the port have melded a little better. There was a little sharpness between the sherry and the port, or the port and sherry. I got it on this sip here, but I will say this: it is much more well-rounded on there. So a little air, a little time, has done this bottle quite well. Quite well. And I'm happy to say that. Very happy to say that. Quite well. And I'm going to get back into this Tamdu cigar malt because I haven't opened it since I opened it about a month ago here in a little bit. And I am also going to get into a little Andra Merchant that I got from C.A. Scotty. He dropped it off here. I've got a couple of them little ones here, but they're 50, 57, 55, I think, ABV. So I'm going to leave the little higher stuff for a little later on there. But yeah, the Glendronach Ode to the Valley sherry and port finish is excellent right now. Very excellent. And as a matter of fact, I haven't had any whiskey since the last time. And the last time was probably either Friday or Saturday last week. Yeah, Friday or Saturday. Up there, I thought about it last night. Yeah, Saturday night. But it was just warm outside and I didn't have any whiskey stones. So I got to remember I got to put my whiskey stones in the freezer. So I got to bring them up there, put a couple in there. So if I'm sitting out towards the evening and it's warm, I can drop a couple of stones in there to bring the temperature down a bit as I sip on it. Like I said, because it was in the 90s, so it was high 80s, low 90s when I was sitting out there. So, hey, I was talking about you too, man. Good to see you, Richie. Always good to see you. But anyway, so yeah, I got to bring them whiskey stones up there because I'm not like Top Dog and chip off a piece of the iceberg that sank the Titanic and put in his drink. And I don't do that. Not at all. Not at all. So let me get another sip on this. Mm-hmm. I'm looking for something here. Something just popped into my head. Oh, yeah. Okay. I remember now. It was like I had another bottle and I drew a blank. I'm like, what was it? What was it? What was it? Depending. I may pull it out. I'm not going to say anything right now, but I haven't been back to it since I opened it. And I will say it will be peaty. It will be peaty if I get to it, but it will be peaty. Anyway, that being said, hey, Josh, how are you, sir? Hope you are doing well. Always great to see you here, my friend. I appreciate you being here. You got anything in particular poured in the glass here tonight, Richie or Josh? Or thought I was going to sneeze for a second there. Didn't want to sneeze all over everything here in front of me. I actually cleaned the screens and everything off. Got a little dust on them. Carlos, you got anything good in your glass? Peter, what did you tell me what you had poured, if anything? I don't remember. Oh, I know what you said. You like the Tamdu cigar malt. That's what's sticking in my head. I was like, no, did you say something about Tamdu? Yeah, you did. You said something about Tamdu. Well, you know what? You can always pour iced tea or, crack a nice cold bottle of water. It works. So, how many of you have been following along with the heat wave in Europe? And it's particularly in the UK that council is telling people they can't have AC. What? What? Isn't that stupid? Absolutely stupid. Oh my gosh. I'm getting ready to crack a totally new bottle. All right. Well, why don't you do this? I posted the link. If you want to crack it live, you know how to do it and what to do. It's up to you, but you do you, brother. Anyhow, yeah, weird. And of course, they're interviewing people, and they're like, yeah, it's hot in Europe in most of the flats. And Greg's whiskey guy, he lives in one of those uh, attic flats, apartments we call them. Anyway, um, and he's had this before, but I don't think it's bad. But they don't have air conditioning. It's like, uh, oh, it would be unbearable here in Las Vegas without air conditioning. I mean, absolutely unbearable without it. You couldn't, you couldn't at 110, 118 degrees. Oh my gosh. Even though you have a fan blowing on you, what's it blowing? Oven temperature air on you? Absolutely not. Yes. Yes. I was almost going to say this. How many people die a year over there from heat stroke or some type of heat related illness? It's stupid. And you think you're saving something? Are you a special kind of stupid? I need Mr. Morgan here to shed light on this. I need Mr. Morgan. That's right. I'm sure he's got some aircon hidden away somewhere, without a doubt. But it is just stupid. But yet to go and order them to take it out or fine them, I mean, oh my gosh, really? However, if your parliament, your building has air conditioning, so guess what? If your local townspeople and living in the villages and stuff can't have it, neither can your happy ass. Hey, let the king roast along with the queen. I bet you the palace has some air conditioning. Right? It's just stupid. Yeah, you couldn't do that here. I know people that keep theirs around 75. They have $700 electric bill. $600 or $700 electric bill. Now I will also say this: they probably have 2.5 ton, 3 ton units because their house is so big. One basically for upstairs, one for downstairs. But even people with my house, 2,000 square foot or less, for them to have a $500 electric bill in the summer uh, is not uncommon. And people say, oh, well, you live next to the dam. We don't get electricity from the dam. We get very little. It goes to California, it goes to Arizona, because those were the two biggest states at the time that dam was built. And then in 2000, when they were supposed to be redrawing some of this, Nevada still lost out on that. So, ours are gas fired turbines just down, when I say down the road, but it's probably 25, 30 miles down the road. They do that. And we have a lot of solar here, a lot of solar now. I forget how much solar energy is produced by our electric company, but you can see it like when I'm coming home or I'm going to camp, to the left and right, acres and acres and acres of uh, solar panels. Hey, Brian. Cheers, sir. Always good to see you. Well, big hydroelectric dam here in Las Vegas, because where the power goes. California, Arizona, huge hydro. We have, like I said, we have acres and acres and acres of solar. And guess what? Somehow, some way, California is getting in to get some land and put in a solar field. And guess where that power is going to go? Guess where that power is going to go? Don't understand it. Don't understand that. I swamp cool here too, Donner Pass. Yep, I've had one for a good 10 plus years. I used to laugh at that. And then I walked into somebody's house on a good 100 some degree day, and I think his house was 78 Fahrenheit. And I'm like, what do you mean you're not air conditioning? He goes, no, it's that swamp cooler. Dude, I went out, bought one of those, framed in a window, put that sucker in there, and I just replaced it 2 years ago. Put another one in there. This summer, took it apart, new float, new valve, new media, cleaned it out, blah, 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 blah. And this one fits in the window. It's not the big square box like you think. Made in Australia. But anyway, yeah. But it's just too hot here now to get any type of effective cooling from it, because you could only expect maybe, if you're lucky, a 20-degree difference from the outside to the, blowing it inside. So when you're above 100, it's a little counterproductive. But yeah, or we get high humidity. It doesn't work. So I turned the AC on last week because we were just, 108, 107. It was just too warm. You just couldn't get comfortable. But that swamp cooling, yeah, that works well. Works well. We get those warm days in April and May, and that's all that's on. It'll run 24/7. Matter of fact, 2 weeks ago, it was running 24/7. I just cracked the attic hatch, and because we've got the vents, the gable vents and stuff on both sides of the house, everything goes up and out, and it drops the temperature of my attic. So, wow, yeah, works well. Yep, exactly. Well, mine is as old as the house, and I've been on the fence about just plain replacing it. But everyone says don't worry about it until it goes, then suffer the so many days or whatever. But if it's still going, keep going. So I'm got my fingers crossed. Good for you. Good for you. Wait a minute. Is there a tariff on that? Is there a tariff on that? Holy smokes. But I mean, those people in the UK and France, I know we're joking, but it's a serious issue. It is a serious issue. And for the local government to do something like that, oh, it's ridiculous. Oh, 86% humidity. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Remember, I'm originally from Pennsylvania, so yeah, I know about that stuff. You know, hot out, 90, 95 Fahrenheit, 100% humidity, pit dripping, and you don't even have to be outside. Mm-mm, mm-mm, not at all. Not something that I missed. As Scotch Down Under would say, it's bloody hot out there. All right. Well, that was a excellent first pour and sip. It really, really was. And I'm going to jump into a little Andrew Merchant, the AD Sherry NAS, Oloroso, and PX Sherry cask that I got from CA Scotty. So I'm going to pour a little of that in here because that was one of the ones I had grabbed and pulled forward. Looking forward to seeing it. Really liked it. I mean, it was really a good bottle. And I know it was previously open, but I'm going to pour some out of there into here. And see what we got here, because that was darn good. And that was one of the first times I had Ardent Merchant. I always pronounce it wrong, even though I'm staring at the darn thing. But anyway, really good. He is. I I I did know where. I don't know if he went to Germany or he's in the UK tormenting Martin, but I know he's going to be over there. I know he'll be in Ireland. I know he has got a tour. He's going to be out for a couple of weeks. So maybe Saturday I'll do a Scotch Down Under affiliate stream, fair dinkum mounted pub flag right there. So I'm an official affiliate chapter here in Las Vegas. So I may do that. So anyway, know what? I didn't miss. Who knows? I just want to know about the new 2017 Jubaru. Did you get it? Are you still working on it? Or, did they treat you nice? Did they love you long time? Hey, Kathy. Kathy is here. Did I miss you earlier? I want to make sure, because if I did, I am so sorry. Okay, nope. There you go. Hey, it's hot here. Panama, that is what the day calls for, okay? Something light, something cool. Now, hold on. Let me help you here. This is a 59. If you have something on your end that you want to drop off here for me to wear on the stream, 59 is the size right there. And you can send it and I'll wear it. Just so you know. Just so you know. But yeah, I'm just interested in that because I heard you talking about it. But I don't know if they treated you nice or they bent you over the barrel and tried to take advantage of you without a little kiss. But all right. Oh yeah, it's like, what the hell did I pour in here? The Ardent Merchant, AD Sherry, X Oloroso, and PX Sherry cask coming in at 50 ABV. I'm going back to. Beautiful, beautiful nose. That's for darn sure. True, true, but people then give me crap because I don't have a hat on this stream. So if I don't have a hat on, I get texts. What happened to the hat? Why don't you have a hat? Why don't you have a hat? So I wear a hat. But you're right. I did get, I wear ball caps at work, and I did pick up actually a couple of ball caps, and I haven't purchased a ball cap, and I can't tell you how long. But I picked up a couple. One of them was a Gen X hat, and then one got sent to me, ironically, for the 250th birthday of the U.S. and in two different colors. My sister and brother-in-law sent it to me, so I've actually been flip-flopping between them. And the other one, the Gen X one, I wear to work on purpose because I work in high school. Well, the kids aren't there right now, but they will be in a few weeks. But oh yeah, I wear it in front of them, and they go, "Oh, you're a Gen Xer." Yes, I am. Deposit is down. We'll know more tomorrow. Okay. So it was a 2017 Outback, if I remember what you said. Was it Friday? Was it Friday night you were talking about it? Man, it blurs together because Friday morning when I got up for work, I was watching Big Vic at 1:30 a.m. sipping on my coffee. He's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I got to get ready for work. I need to be up about 45 minutes to an hour, have a couple cups of coffee, wake up, and then I'm in high gear and get dressed, get a little breakfast, and I'm out the door for 3:30." But I think it was Friday. Oh, wow. It's a cornucopia of delight. All right, Orlando, hold on for a second there. Just saw Orlando pop in there. Let me go bring him in. You ready? Yeah. Okay. I see he's got his bottle. In. There you go.
Can you hear me okay?
I hear you. I see you. I see the top of the bottle there. So hold on. Let me highlight you here. 2 stacks. Okay, that's the single grain that you got that you said on Stacy's stream.
Yes.
Yep, 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 yep.
So I figured we need to crack it.
You do. I have a bottle opener just like it, except I'm mine is stainless.
Hmm.
Yeah, Spyderco makes a nice stainless bottle opener.
They do.
They do. I keep it right here for that purpose because sometimes those stupid things they put all around them wraps. Look, you got to fight. They just don't always just come off with ease. 2017 Outback Touring. Okay. Yeah, I have the Touring in the 2025 Forester.
And then Tuesday the 14th.
Stacy talked highly of this, and they don't have it here locally. So when I went to Dallas, I put it in the cart and went and picked it up.
There you go. There
Are
you
you
go.
getting an echo from me?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir. It sounds just like you.
Is it live or is it Memorex? Huh?
Exactly. I can't tell the difference. I cannot tell the difference. But anyway, I am, and I got my fingers crossed. I'm 95% sure I got a bottle of Killowen peated, literally coming from Ireland. A friend of mine called me from the bottle shop, and he's talking to the proprietor at the establishment, and I'm giving him names and going back and forth, and he had the rum raisin. And then when he said, "Oh well, there's a Killowen peated," I stopped him. I said, "Get that one because I can't get Killowen out here. I mean, it came one time, and I got a rum raisin." And he said that they had a peated. Now I don't know if it's the rum raisin peated. This rum raisin is not peated. But anyway, I'm excited to get that. And then a day or two later, he sent me a text. So it's like 3:30 in the morning, and so it's got to be mid-afternoon there, asking me about scotch. So I text him a few distilleries and blah 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 blah. I said, find something from this one, or this one. So I don't know. There might be something else I'll be getting, but whatever it is, I'll buy it. Whatever it is, I'll buy it.
This is quite interesting. I'm
The
getting
single
like some
grains.
apples. Yes, I'm getting
Mm-hmm.
like some apple and some pear
Mm-hmm.
on the palate, and I'm getting a little bit of spice to the sides. And the really interesting thing is when I nose this, I'm getting a hint of like berries, but also like when you open up a fresh canister of oatmeal. I'm getting that.
Really? Yeah.
I'm getting
That.
that grainy kind of little grainy musk that you get on a
Mm-hmm.
brand new. thing of oatmeal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Now
it's
we
a good
talk.
thing. I love that
Yeah,
smell.
yeah, yeah. Now if you told me it was like, you know, fresh steel cut oats, I'm like,
Mhm.
man, that's really getting specific.
See what I tell you, you're gonna fall.
That's really getting specific. But yeah, single pot still whiskey has a little metallic taste to it. It's never been terrible for me. Um, it hasn't, but I always would pick that up. And when I got into some Irish
Hmm.
whiskeys and I would get that note, I was always skeptical. So one day I just said, I'm getting a little metallic note on it. And they go, single pot still.
Doing that
Mineral,
right now.
how they described it, more mineral. And I'm like, oh, okay. But I call it like a metallic taste to it. But that is just how those stills are.
I will probably back this one up when I go back in September.
Mm-hmm. Well,
It was easy on the pocket too. It was only like $32.
I was gonna say, is it under $50?
Yeah, it was like
Um,
$32. I think it was 31.99.
well, give it, drink another dram or two. You don't have to do it
Hmm.
today, but then put that cap on it for you know about 10 days, and then go back to it before you make that decision. I mean, some you just know when you take that first sip. Yep, that's as a backup worthy, absolutely. But see how it does in about 2 weeks, and then maybe 4 weeks afterwards. But if you've got a good inkling that
Hmm.
there'll be another backup, if not two, in your cart next time,
I
you
also
know,
picked up the Sazerac Rye Foolproof.
you showed that a week or so ago, maybe two,
Yeah,
correct?
I'm right at the shoulder.
But didn't you get that about 2 weeks ago?
Yes, I was down in Dallas. I got back. It'll be 2 weeks this Tuesday when I got back.
Okay, because I
Dogs.
remember
We were down.
you showed that somewhere.
Mhm.
And I forget whose stream, but I saw it and I went, "Ooh!"
I think I fresh cracked it on Ben's live stream on Whiskey Uncensored.
Well, I was just gonna say, was it Ben's? Because they're the he. I lurk on his stream because I usually get up to my camp
Hmm.
Friday evenings, and
Hmm.
then he's on, and I'm just kind of relaxing, and could have been it. So I'm saying, what, who was I watching? Uh, so I would say it had to have been or Whiskey Wars or something like. I don't know if you were on Sean's stream, but anyway.
Oh,
But
now you're gonna go outside.
My son-in-law's mother and stepfather like Irish whiskey a lot, so I'm going to send them a sample of this and a couple others that I've got.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
His favorite one is that Redbreast LaSalle.
Oh, I have that. It is really good.
He he loves that,
Really
and
good.
his mom likes pretty much anything Jameson, but's not real big on the triple triple.
Really. Stacy
Which
told
the
me to
triple
look
triple is
for
one of my favorites.
one from Ireland,
Hmm.
because of my friends down there. And I mentioned that, but of course, once they spouted off peated Killoan, I'm like, oh yeah, that's all I heard. That's all I heard. Had to do it. Had to
I have
do it.
I have a friend that we met working at the PD back in '95. He when he was a rookie, and he has a friend who is Irish who actually his family lives adjacent to the Middleton distillery. They have a common fence line,
Mm,
and the friend's family they raise horses in Ireland, race horses. He was back there a little over a year ago, or close to a year ago, and he got me. Stacy was talking about the Middleton Method and Madness. He
yes.
got me. He got me a Spanish Oak, and he got me an Amburana.
You know, I do not mind the Amberana finish. However, it's generally one nice dram, nice two fingers. The second one is not as pleasing as the first one was. And if I get to the third, it's all I could do usually to choke it down. I don't know what it is about that finish. The first one is fine. It's the
I can
second. Yeah.
I can drink it. I quite like it, and I don't know if my favorite is either the RD1 or the Doc Swenson's. Doc Swenson does great work with their finishing, but generally with me, unless I'm hanging out, it's usually one or two a night.
Mm-hmm.
But you know,
Oh,
and if I'm
exactly.
drinking a lot of other stuff, it can kind of be the last pour. That way, that it doesn't overtake everything, and
Mm-hmm.
just everything after that. So if it's
It
going to be
has
like the last one for a few,
it has it has some stick to itiveness to that finish. It's like
clingy.
it does cling. And if it
Hmm.
is the last thing I have, I generally, even if I when I brush my teeth at night and I wake up the next day, I can still get some of that. I don't get that with peat. I used to get that with peated whiskeys years ago. That it kind of I don't care if I sandblasted my mouth before I went to bed. That peat was still there, so I accepted it, and I got to enjoy it, and I didn't have a problem with it. But it was just like I couldn't believe it. Now, no, I don't get that uh,
The only
anymore.
peat that's clingy with me is Ardbeg Ugadal.
Ooh, oogie, oogie. I don't have any more oogie.
I
That's the
love the
only.
oogie, but it's either got to be the only thing that night or the last thing because it's to me. I compare it to like eating a brisket sandwich right off the smoker.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's
it is
meaty.
so good. It is
Mm-hmm.
so good.
It's meaty. It's barbecue smoke. It's a little coal, ash, sweetness. It's hard to explain. It's hard to explain to people. Then they think, how can you, like this? It's like a Lafroig. It's not medicinal like Lafroig. Lafroig is much more medicinal. But I had a, I had an experience with Ardbeg, and I'm trying to remember which one it was. I think I did the 10. Oh no, it was the pirate one. The committee released pirate, the Ardbeg. Okay. Well, I tried that. Look, that left such a taste in my mouth that I wanted to run my tongue across the mat underneath the urinal in the men's room to try to scrub that shit off my tongue. And that thing stuck with me like a fly on that sticky tape. I mean, it just ruined me for a minute there. Then about a month or so went by. I was at another event with them there. And prior to it, I was drinking a High West. Um, I do believe it was a Boo Rye, finished in an ex-peated barrel. And that taste was there. However, I didn't find it as off-putting as the Ardbeg. And that set the hook. So then fast forward a month, at another event Ardbeg was at, they talked me into trying the 10 instead of the Wee Beastie. I went to the 10 and it was like, oh, this is good. And that finished setting the rest of the hook. My palate understood it. It picked it up and I flew from there. Because I used to like peated, but I got out of scotch for I bet you 20 years. And so I just kind of lost that. And when I went and did that dive into it, it was the high dive. And I actually missed the deep end and went to the shallow end. And it's like, oh, yeah, no. But I corrected myself, and got back on the right path of good peated whiskey again. And mm, 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 man, I tell you what, the Ardent Merchant, that was nice. The NAS 80 sherry, that was really nice. 50 ABV, wasn't overpowering. The flavor was there, just like I had said. It was just well rounded. Um, no real, I can't taste really a young note anymore. I don't recall if I got just a hint of one, but the Oloroso and PX sherry finish on there, really nice. I mean, it's a sherry bomb through and through. And I'm so grateful to CA Scotty for dropping this sample off because, man, it's really, really, really nice.
I am a big fan of sherry, port, Chardonnay,
Mm-hmm.
cab finish. I like the finished products.
Unfortunately, it probably won't be out anymore this year unless they open. But Liquor Lineup did a thing with Bull Run, and they did a Pinot Noir finish. I think it was.
Hmm.
I'm looking
Hmm.
for the bottle because it's here. Eric knows about it because I last year I got him one and dropped it off at his house, and he loved it. So I already knew if it popped out again, he had a standing order. I knew to pick it up for him, at least one, you know, without a doubt. Um, but I don't know right now if they're going to, I'd say be opening or be open anymore. The owner passed away a little over a month ago,
Yes.
very unexpectedly. And I don't know if the wife's going to take it over, but I do know that it's been closed and I got to go by to see if it's open. And I'm hoping that it's just going to be a temporary thing while they transfer the liquor license and stuff, take care of that end of it. But anyway, um, man, they had a great whiskey. And that Bull Run, the last one I got was 16 years old, 17-year-old.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm looking for the bottle. Like, I know I just saw it. Uh,
Now that Bull Run, the Pinot, isn't it a light whiskey?
no, it's
It's not a light
nice.
whiskey.
No. Uh-uh.
Okay, because the
Well,
bakers and whiskey friends, I think, did a pick at Bull Run that came out about a month and a half ago of the Pinot finished
mhm.
one,
Well, see, now
and
you're
I
making
think
me
it was.
think for a second here. Like, oh crap, I don't think it is. Now I'm really wanting to know where that bottle is so I can
Mhm.
physically look. And it's funny. I used to be able to pretty much stand up, walk over within a shelf, up or down, left or right, pretty much can go and pick them up. But I've moved a lot recently,
Yes.
changed things around,
Uh-huh.
and I'm not sure where it is. And normally I can put my eyes right on it because it's just one of those bottles. I go, oh yeah, it's right here. Oh yeah, it's right here. And it's like,
I've done the same thing, shuffle stuff around, drinking with people and just moving things around. Then you go, what did I do with that?
yes,
And
and that's
about
where I'm at
about a
now.
week ago, I was digging for something and I didn't think I had any more triple triple. And I found a bottle of triple triple stuck in the back, and I also found my 101 8 year.
Well, that was like Christmas, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It was like Christmas in July.
Exactly.
We're gonna make a
Exactly.
Hallmark movie about it.
Now that we're talking about that darn thing, I had to move here. Like, now it's got to be here. Where else would
Hmm.
it be? Because I could see the Russells. They're all right here. There's Wild Turkey, and that's not it. Uh, that's Knob Creek. That's 1792. Pursuit United. That's definitely not it. Uh, that's all the Irish side. That's the Japanese side. Highland Park. Oh yeah, this is going to bother me now. That's going to bother me now. That's all smoke wagon. Nope. Jim Beam. Uh, Bardstown. Oh, that's just going to drive me crazy. Because usually I can see it. It's like, I know I didn't drink it all. I know I didn't drink it all. Is it? Nope. Oh, wait a minute. Is it over here? No. No. What in the Sam Hill hell? Where did that damn thing go? Well, if I don't find it now, I'm going to find it when I end this stream because
Hmm.
now that's going to bother me until I find it. It's like, I'm checking to see if it's at my feet because sometimes I'll put it on the shelf down here because it's something I go to. Well, no, that isn't it.
Hmm.
That's an empty bottle of Lagavulin and an empty bottle of Glenfiddich. I know that's empty. Yeah, that's gonna bother me. Look,
The interesting thing about this two stacks
yeah,
is it's creamy. It's not. It's got a little viscosity to it. It's nice. It's got a good
it,
feel.
exactly. And I'm gonna see how this Tamdu cigar malt goes because I opened it about a month ago and haven't
Hmm.
touched it. So now it's just to go back and do a little revisit here. This is coming in at 53.8 ABV.
Nice.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. 46 is is my preferred entry on a Scotch. I have some 40% that's just perfect. 43s, that sometimes they come 43s, but
Hmm.
in general, uh, 46 and north. So now when we're in that 50 marker, you're starting to make my foot tap, and then when you get into that 52, 53, 56,
Hmm.
60, oh, now you're just singing me a lullaby. That's what I want to hear. But this was really good. 17 year. Okay. I knew it was song. Was it 16? It's the 17 year. That's what it was. Because I knew we had that. Yeah. 18-year pig is an American whiskey, 9% corn, 1% malted barley. Very tasty. Okay. Yeah, that's 17-year. Yes. And I can't find it, Eric. I know it's here. I don't see it. Uh, and that's disturbing. It's like, there's no way I drank it. No way. I mean, I would know if I drank that bottle because I'd be heartbroken on that one. So here we go, the Tamdu cigar malt revisit. Definitely still a very dark fruit note on there. Is a little more pronounced. It definitely is a little more pronounced. Um, but I would say from the last time I had it, not a significant change, but it does come off as a bit sweeter and darker on the nose. The malt, the maltiness is about what I would expect. Um, it's fine. In other words, I don't notice any big increase or anything like that on there. Sometimes it just makes other things pop.
Do they do a special finish on that to market it as a cigar type, like a cigar batch, cigar blend? Do they do anything special with it?
So let me get I put the box back up here because I forgot to put something back into it when I opened it up because I left it set here. But I've got to get my glasses on here. But it is sherry, first fill, Oloroso.
Hmm.
So it is finished. Um, I should bring this with me next time I go up there. It is unchill filtered. I forgot about that. Mm-mm. I'm trying not to. I'm looking here. I got a little bit of chocolate note on it.
Hmm.
A little bit of chocolate. Uh, definitely stewed fruit like prunes, figs, plum, without a doubt. Heavy. You know, it's definitely a full-bodied Scotch. I
You
think
just
that'd
named
be
off several of my favorite fruits.
wow. Now that's a nice sip. That 50 that 52, 53. God, what did I say? 52 or 53. I need more light in here. Okay, 53.8. I'm sorry. I think I said 53.6. It's 53.8 ABV. Very nice. A little spicy, warm on the palate. It finishes clean. Finishes clean. Mm.
This is one that Total Wine, it's one of theirs, and they're marketing it as a cigar batch, cigar
Mm-hmm.
blend,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a PX finish.
I've had that. I found it
That,
to be pleasant. I found it to be for the money. I
mhm.
thought it was nice. And what
For the
do you
money,
remember?
yes, it's good. It's a good buy for the money.
Do you remember the ABV on that? I do not.
I think it's 92. I think it's 46. I think it's a 92.
Yep, I'll give you that. I thought it was a little higher, but yes, I'll give you the 46 for sure. But I'll give you that for sure. Mr. Hall, cheers, sir. Always great to see you, man. I appreciate you coming, saying hello to us all, smashing that like button just because. And then, of course, we got Barbecue Ed in the house. How are you, sir? Always great to see you here. Appreciate you being here, saying hello, and same thing I said before, smash that like button. Always appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Hope you are doing well and having a great evening.
Yes, it is. It is a 92.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. It is a 92. Good. Good, 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 good.
I'm going to pour up a little bit of that.
I know. You might as well. But yeah, this was not a let me just say this. I'm not disappointed in this bottle whatsoever. I think it's good. Hey, Jonathan, cheers, sir. Always
I haven't
good
been
to see you.
disappointed in this one either.
I could see that. Yeah, yeah, there's no way you could be disappointed in that. But I'm glad you kept checking back with it to ensure the quality of the product was being upheld. Now I know why I left this out, and I don't know what I did with it, but it'll turn up. But there was a piece out of this box. Oops, let me get you off the highlight. There was a piece out of this box that had come off, and I says, I'm going to re-glue that. And I'm like, what did I do with it? That's why this piece was still here. But I want to get it out of the way for now, so I'm going to put it all back in the where it's supposed to go, how it's supposed to go.
with all transparency on this bottle, I think I did give away two 2 ounce samples out of it.
Well, that's all right. That's what it's for. Got to share it. You've
Absolutely.
got, you've got to share it so someone else can have this experience. And one thing I do like about, Total Wine, if it's one of theirs, they generally will they'll open it,
Careful.
Mhm.
and so you can try before you buy. So I do like that about uh, that, and that's Isle of Skye, right?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yep. Um, I tried
Did you?
I think it was a 25 or, excuse me, maybe it was a 30-year that they had Isle of Skye. I don't think it was 46. I think it was around 43, maybe
Mhm.
40. And I really would have liked to have had it a little higher north. But for 199 for 25-year, something like that, I wasn't mad at it. Not at all. Not at all. I wasn't mad at it. But it just didn't tick the right boxes for me to lay down those dead presidents. But doesn't mean in 2 or 3 weeks, if there was anything left in that bottle, it had a chance to breathe, that it might not have changed my mind. Hey, Grandpa McDonald, cheers, sir.
Cheers,
Always
Greg.
great to see that you were able to escape that straight jacket there at the home to get some cell service just to say hello. Oh my gosh, look who is still up himself, Whiskey Nose. Look at this on a Sunday night before work. My goodness. Always good to see Marty here.
Mhm.
Always good to see Marty here.
When I go back forth, I might try and hit there's one Total Wine in Oklahoma, and it's in Oklahoma City, which is about 2.5 hours west of me. I'm south of Tulsa.
Mm-hmm.
They've got an old Emmer
Oh
that
yeah.
is it Calvados or Calvados?
I, you'll catch me saying it both ways, but I think it's Calvados. But
That they've got one that's finished in that,
yes, I've
and I've been
tried it.
wanting to. Mhm.
I don't think you'll be disappointed. I was not either.
I don't know if you were on with Sean last night, but Nancy Fraley got on with us,
Who?
and Nancy Fraley,
Oh, yeah, no. But
yeah.
I I knew he was on. My
Hmm.
internet was being a little stubborn up there at camp because we use a Wi-Fi from the camp, and the cell service sometimes we don't know what happened, but it just is the pits where it used to be great. I could actually stream from camp. I'm lucky if I can at least watch sometimes.
But I've been interested in trying something, Calvados, something Madeira, something Mizunara,
Mm-hmm.
and I asked her about it, and she said, "Well, if you're going to dive into Calvados finishes, drink Calvados first. That way, you know what you're looking for, and you know if you're getting the true experience."
Yep.
So
That's why
that's
I
that's going
try
to be one of my
port
next things.
and different sherries to
Hmm.
understand what it is. And of course, I like port. Um, and yeah, it made a difference. Hey, biking bourbon, cheers, sir. Always good to have you here. Hey, Marty. Apparently, she's some lady that knows a little something about whiskey. Yep, I
A
know.
little bit.
I know you're shocked, but yeah, that's true. Apparently, she knows a little something about whiskey, and I don't know, but I think Eric even has a bottle recently he got with her name on the side. She blended it. Just
She
saying.
even she even she even claims Marty.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Holy smokes! For for $40 for Bel Blair 12? I'm going to have to go look. Well, Donner Pass, there's always a way when you have, PayPal or Venmo. There's always a way. There's always a way to get a bargain. As a matter of fact, many times when JD Bourbon Approach was back in the States, now he's over in the oh my gosh, where is he at?
Whatever that island group is.
Yeah, Bikini Atoll or something like that. Oh my gosh. Anyway, they've done a lot of things on those islands that you might not want to stand on it too long. Anyway, Marshall Islands. Thank you. I was going to get there. I was going to say, I know it's not Bikini Atoll, but there's just something about it. Marshall Islands. There we go. But anyway, I'd find things and I'd say, and I'd talk to him. And he said, well, yeah, I'll actually be in that town that has one. I could stop. He'd stop. I'd Venmo or PayPal him the money. And next time he was over here in Vegas, he'd bring me 3, 4, 5, half dozen bottles, Hey, when they're on sale and, I'm paying, let's just say $60, he's getting them for $39.99. Okay, get me 2. You can't pass it up. You get a good sale. And speaking of that, this was one of the last acquisitions, this Bel Blair Donner Pass from JD right there. And oh my gosh, this is the Bel Blair 2020 or 2005 first release. Oh my gosh. Lovely, lovely bottle. Lovely bottle. For sure. I had to get 2 of those. I couldn't turn them down. Couldn't turn them down. Very good. Yep. Yep, exactly. Yes, that's my last one. My last one. Yes, that was extremely good. Yep. Extremely good. Could not pass that up. I could not pass that deal up. And that's one of those that you can just sit right by your chair as you're watching a show or something and sip like it's just a nice tall glass of iced tea on a hot day. It is good. It is just that good.
You were talking about sales, and earlier you mentioned you have some shelf space with Smoke Wagon.
Oh, shit. I've got so much Smoke Wagon. Aaron would be proud of me. But I have cases of Smoke Wagon.
I picked up a bottle of the younger about maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. Finally opened it
And
maybe 6 months ago. Quite like it. Uh, and one of the shops down in Dallas was clearing them out for $25 a bottle. So I had my
so
cousin pick me up a couple.
you should have, because they're still making it. It's not called the Younger anymore.
Yeah, it's now the Desert Colt.
Yep. So,
But I figured at $25 a bottle, I couldn't go bad.
no. Was it 114 proof? If I
Something
remember
like
right?
that.
Yeah.
107,
And
I think 117, but yeah, right in that range.
yeah. So it's the same as the straight bourbon, but that's 92. This one, they just kept the proof up. And That's why they call it the younger. You know? And of course, don't know why my camera went out, but I know you can still hear me. Right?
Oh yeah, still hear you good.
Yep. Yep. So we
Your
can't.
ratings are probably going to drop since I'm the only one on screen.
Well, actually, they're probably going to go up because they don't have to look at me. But, you know, it's one of those things that happen on a live stream.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have this particular problem intermittently from time to time. No rhyme, no reason, anything like that. But see,
Mm-hmm.
I do have my picture right there holding a little E.H. Taylor. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know why this thing got persnippety, but it will do that with no
Mm-hmm.
warning. None.
We were streaming some stuff earlier today from my grandson, and he's two. We were watching one of the Cars movies,
Uh-huh. Oh, I
and
love
it
those.
it just started freezing intermittently. It would freeze.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
I think the gremlins from the Kremlin are out today.
what I think is I'm due for a new laptop. I bought this a little over 5 years ago, and generally that's one of the things that happens. All right, I got to do a solo here real quick because people want an Emma update. Look at this
Yes.
big horse now. Come on here, little girl. She's not a little girl. She's good 20 pounds probably now. 12 weeks old. Guaranteed land shark with them, with these choppers. See them things? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she had to come on and make her appearance. Would you get my fingers out of your mouth? Because I don't need any more of them scars on there. But Emma's doing all right, people. She's doing all right. She's just getting bigger. She doesn't miss a meal and she doesn't miss a snack. Do you, young lady? Yeah, you don't miss them. Everybody's just wants to see what you're doing so they can see what you look like and show them how big you're getting. There you go. Wait, look at them. Look at them clod hoppers. Look at them clod hoppers right here. Look at them things. Big old things right there. Oh, sweet pup. Kathy, you don't know. Yeah. Sweet, all right. Sweet, all right. You hear that, Emma? She has no clue what you're like. She has no clue. All right. There you go, Emma Lynn. Oh, I know.
Getting heavy, baby.
She's getting heavy. Bye, Emma. All right. Emma is fine. Y'all got your Emma update. She's doing good. I actually forgot to tell my wife to bring her in at some point. She just brought her in so y'all could see her. So there she is. Oh, see, look, we went up a couple of people already
The
because
required puppy appearance.
the required puppy appearance and then this face wasn't on there. See, you just jumped up the people that were on here.
Mm-hmm.
Just jumped them up because you were on there. But yeah, I've got, like I said, that when they called it the younger, people just wanted a little more oomph on the straight. So that's what that came out as. And you know what? It was good, but it was a little more money, and I wasn't sold on it. I have a bottle. I don't have it like within my reach. However, the one that is within my reach, I'll reach up and grab it. And now you're going to say it looks weird, but this is just the small batch, but the bottle is clear.
Hmm. Okay.
So, pandemic, they ran out of the smoke colored, the dark bottles.
Mm-hmm.
So they switched to the clear bottle right here. Same juice, but just in a clear, bottle. And
Hmm.
yeah, 50 ABV, 100 proof, small batch. This is really good. It's probably um, my favorite smoke wagon for an everyday sipper. I like the 100 proof. I like the cinnamon that you get on this thing, and I have a couple of these in here. Um, they're not a There's nothing special about it, but people just flocked to them and bought them because it came in a clear bottle. That doesn't mean, that doesn't mean anything. That's because they just could not get the dark colored bottle because they ordered them in advance, and the company they ordered from couldn't make them, but they had these. So there you go. That's how we got a clear bottle. And I'm paraphrasing a little bit. It's not like verbatim, but because of the pandemic, they just could not get the dark colored bottles. So, but then Desert Jewel, or not Desert Jewel, the younger uh, came out, and I don't know how to describe the bottle, but it kind of had a painted front on it, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yep, 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 yep,
It's
yep,
like a
yep.
it's like a transfer as opposed to a
Yes,
sticker.
exactly. That's the name. That's what I was looking for. A transfer. Yes, that's it. Exactly. In the eastern part of the county. Really? Huh. Is it because of a distributor problem, or what, Marty? But anyway, the Tamdu cigar malt is very tasty. Very, very tasty. Yeah, I'm not regretting opening that.
Does that have an age statement on it?
No. Nope. NAS. But the Oloroso, I believe that's what it is. Very prominent. Very prominent when I'm on the finish. Very prominent. Nope. I was gonna say, oh, wait a minute. Nope, that's another small batch clear bottle. I'm still trying to figure out what happened to that Bull Run. So I see that. That's Blood Oath next to it. Uh, I've got a couple of the Halloween bottles. Again, that's nothing special in the smoke wagon. They just do a Halloween. You know what? I didn't even think about it this year if they did a special release for the 250. I'm going to have to look. And when I say special release, it's still the straight. They just do up a bottle. I didn't think about it until right now. I didn't even think about it until right now.
Yeah, this is that kind of transfer
That's it. That's
painted on.
exactly what it looks like. That is it. Yes. That kind of weird thing. You got it.
Yes, and it's
Yep.
it's a texture.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's what I'm talking about.
That one's about right here.
Yep. And you can still find a few of those that way on the shelf here. But I don't actively look for that anymore. I like the small batch and the uncut, unfiltered. However, the straight, that can be your everyday sipper. That can be your mixer. I think it's better than a shelfer, Jim Beam or Jack Daniels any day. Any day has way more flavor and depth than those. All right, Kath. Always appreciate you. Thanks for popping in here. You have a good night. Mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
Now, Anthony, have you ever had any of the whiskey Delbox stuff?
Oh, yes. Yes. I have. You reach over here. Well, this is Old Forester, but hold on. It's not what I want. But yes, I just a year or so ago, I stumbled on to another one of their gems. This is Whiskey Delback, is a special release called Normandy,
Mm-hmm.
and they only make so many bottles nationwide. I think it's like 1,500. And I wandered into the right place at the right time when I was in Arizona, and I saw it on the shelf. I was like, I want that one because I knew exactly what it was. Knew
Mm-hmm.
exactly what it was. And now this is finished in French Calvados casks.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Yep. At 48.5 ABV. This is a nice bottle, nice release. But they only do it once a year and only release so many. And it's annual. So, like I said, they do it only once a year, and there's only so many. And but it's a nice bottle, and I have the what I call the standard. That was my introduction to them, and they're out of Tucson, Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
I keep saying that when I'm down in Yuma visiting the parents, I'm gonna take the 5 hour drive into Tucson and visit the distillery, suspend the night, and then go back to the parents because I'd like to go down there and visit.
The only one that I've had of theirs is the Sentinel Rye, the one that's
Oh
got the
yeah, yeah.
mesquite smoke to it.
They got the owl on the front. I think it is.
Yes, sir.
Yep, yep. Mm-hmm. How was it? Because the mesquite
Quite
to
like it.
me, it's so that was the problem with that shitty long branch because of they filter it through mesquite charcoal, and I did not like what that imparted into the long branch. So long branch to me is A grade number one shit. Absolute shite. It has never changed. I've went back to it. I have you know went back to it just I said, "Hey, if I get 50 likes on a stream, I will drink some long branch." Shit. Just to get 50, man, people just want to see my face to drink that crap. That's like Malort to me. Yeah, it's that bad.
uh,
But I just think I think it is the way it was filtered through the mesquite charcoal. I don't
mhm,
quite like that. My wife actually bought it for me because
mhm.
she knew I liked wild turkey, and she thought, "Oh, I saw this and thought you would like it." And I said, "Oh yeah." And so I actually popped it and did a review, and I was like, "Oh." That was one of the first ones I did almost 6 years ago, 5.5 years ago, something like that. Ooh, yeah. But I'm glad they stopped making it because that was the best thing they could do.
Oh, they've
If
quit
you,
making it?
oh, thank goodness. From my understanding, they came to their senses and stopped
Mm.
making that crap. You could still find it by the gallon. Don't worry. It isn't going anywhere anytime soon.
I did
So if
buy
you
one
wanted
bottle of it.
if you wanted to stock up on it, I'm sure you could get a deal.
I bought one bottle of it probably 2, 3 years, maybe 3 years ago. Still haven't opened it. It's still sitting over there in the box of floor whiskey.
Well, let me just say this. You shouldn't deprive yourself of that. You shouldn't.
I was
And
thinking
then,
about trying it head to head with Traveler.
yeah,
A night of punishment.
again, it's just one of those things. You should not deny yourself the experience. You shouldn't. You should do it. And then you display both of those prominently. So when people walk in, oh, you've got this, you've got that. Absolutely. And if they
You
say,
want
I'd like
some?
to try it. Yeah, exactly. Feel free to let them have it.
Hmm.
See, see, hanging nose. Matthew, he uses it as cologne. Well, look, I guarantee
A
you
little dab
there'd
behind
be
each
no
ear.
there'd be no mosquitoes bothering you if you dab a little behind your ears, just like you said. Guaranteed. I wouldn't use it to disinfect a wound. I'd be afraid I'd catch something from it. But yeah, there's always a possibility for it. But I just don't enjoy that whiskey. Period. And it's literally floor whiskey. However, it is on a shelf, but it's on the bottom shelf over in the corner over there. The only reason why I know it's there is because I use it as a doorstop sometimes. That's about the best thing I found for that bottle.
When I take a breath in
Mm-hmm.
through the mouth instead of the nose, I get more of the peat on this Isle of Skye.
Oh
The peat
yes,
is
you
more
will.
prominent. It's more
It's like
prominent after you breathe it.
it's like a retrohale thing. You're
Hmm.
getting an accumulation within the olfactory and your mouth and stuff like that. And so, like I said, when you just like, oh, I'm catching it more. So on the retrohale, slow through the nose is when I look for other flavors within a whiskey. Like, what am I getting on the retrohale? What is the peat like if it's a peated whiskey on the retrohale? Am I getting the medicinal? Am I getting the true peat smoke goodness? Am I getting any type of residual fruit notes or other types of flavors in the whiskey? That's what I use the retrohale for. And as a matter of fact, me, Marty, I think it was a great shot. And of course, our great granddad in the home there in North Carolina,
Excuse me.
um, he dropped off a flight for us. And I caught just a wisp of peat on one of them. And I called it, and it was there, but it was because of the retro hail. I'm like, I got peat. I got peat on that. There's a smoke. There's something to this thing here. And I don't recall. Marty, are you still on here? If you are, do you know which one I'm talking about? I forget the name of it, but I don't think you or Great Shot caught the peat until after. But um, I do believe, I do believe. Man, what was the name of that? I unfortunately don't know off the top of my head, but I'll uh, I'll figure it out one day. I'm pretty sure I still got the notes around here somewhere on my desk here, but it was pretty interesting. But it was light, it was faint, and I'm like, and it's just like you picked up some notes as you were exhaling or whatever, and it's like, oh hey, I got a little bit more of this or I got a little of that.
Be right
Yes,
back.
take your time. But that's just one other way to be able to really get into a whiskey. I like the retrohale on there. What else am I pulling out of this whiskey? So I've just got another little sip left of the Tamdu cigar malt, and has, like I said, it's done excellent with a little time. Really good whiskey. Really like the way it turned out. Mm, mm. Oh my gosh, that sherry is just It really makes you salivate. It's wonderful. Just a little spice there on the tongue. It's thick, but yet finishes clean. Finishes clean. Yeah, it definitely finishes clean. And it's a good finish. It's long. It's not. How do I say this? It's a long finish. It's a clean finish. There's some tannin still left late in the finish on it. But overall, it's quite a good whiskey. And I'm sure if you pair it with a cigar like it's meant to be, it certainly will hold its own with a good cigar with it. This Tamdu cigar malt, I'm sure it would. Hey, traveling with Combs, cheers, sir. Everyone is doing well. I appreciate you popping in and saying hello. Always great to have you. I'm gonna get into my last pour, and I said I might pull this one. I don't know if I will. It depends, but you know what? I'm gonna do it because I have not touched it since I opened it. And I know it is a bottle that's near and dear to a lot of people, but a Springbank 15 right here. I'm going to pull this one out. The Springbank 15. Beautiful, beautiful, dark whiskey right here. Beautiful. Look at this thing. Look how dark this is in the bottle. Beautiful, 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 deliciously dark whiskey. Non-chill filtered, just so you know. Coming in at 46 ABV. And I even left a beautiful stemmed Glen right here for such a dram. So let me open this up here. Oh, nice little pop still. And I have not went into this since I opened it. Oh, yes, a little bit of peat on there for sure. Pour us a beautiful little sippy sip right here. Now it's down to the shoulder. But it's been open for a minute. Yes, Springbank 15. Wow. I love my Springbank 10. As a matter of fact, I have to give Whiskey Nose credit for that because he stumbled upon it probably, I'm going to say at least 2 moves ago, if not 3 for him, but back about 4 years ago, 5 years ago, he called me from the store and told me about this Springbank 10 and the old bottle and blah, 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 blah. Oh, that is a Glenmorangie. Is that Tale of Ice Cream? It is. Yes, sirree. That is ice cream in a glass.
I don't have any Springbank, so I'm just going to get a little of this with you.
Oh, I had nothing wrong with having a little ice cream. There's nothing wrong with having a little ice cream. That's for darn sure.
This one came highly recommended by Bourbon.
I like it. I the one that told him to get it. But
he's the one that told me to get it.
That's how this usually works.
Word of mouth is usually good.
Yeah, that's exactly right. All right. Hey, look here, everybody. Traveling with Combs has his YouTube channel right here. Eric posted the link. Why don't y'all check that out, subscribe, like, all that good stuff right there. If Eric's putting it up there, that means it's got to be good. It's got to be good. But there's the link. Don't miss it. Do not miss it. I know I won't. That's for sure. All right, come on. What is going on with this thing? All right, there we go. There we go. So, StreamYard darkens certain chats once I clicked on it. Sometimes I click on it accidentally because it moves as I'm moving down. And I didn't want to miss something, and then it just went haywire on me. But anyway, we're good now. I like the feature, and I don't like the feature. You know, it's a love-hate relationship with me. All right, Springbank 15.
So Anthony, subsequent to the Tale of Ice Cream, they came out with, I believe, Tale of Tokyo.
Oh, yes, that's
Was that
delicious.
was that
Tale
the
of
one?
Tokyo,
Hmm.
Tale of Forest, Tale of Cake, Tale of Winter. Tale of Winter was crapola.
Now, cake preceded ice cream, correct?
Correct. That was the second release in that series. I never owned Tale of Cake, nor have I owned Winter. Tale of Winter sat on the shelves for a long time here before I was really into that level of scotch. It was intriguing to me because I've seen it, and I even saw Tale of Cake. But again, I wasn't that aware of this line until Tale of Forest. That was an extremely unique and delicious scotch. When you sipped that scotch, when you nosed that scotch, when you closed your eyes and you nosed that scotch, you really could get the essence of being in a forest after a rain. So it was quite unique, and particularly pine needles. Uh,
Mm.
it was something just different about it that made you go, "What the heck?" But the more you sat with it, the more you experienced it, it just started to tick the boxes like nobody's business. That I have a backup for that. There was no ands, ifs, ors, or buts about it. I have a backup for it. Period. I have a backup for Tale of Ice Cream. Yes. Um, Tale of Tokyo, I really, really liked. Hindsight now, I probably should have picked up a backup for Tale of Tokyo. I should have, but I didn't because I wasn't sure. But now, like I said, hindsight, how it's really opened up over the years here now, I'm like, damn, shoulda, woulda, coulda, but I don't. But Springbank 15, let me get a little bit on the palate.
What region is Spring Break from?
Campbelltown. Sorry, my mouth was full, but it's Campbelltown.
Okay.
It definitely has the Campbelltown funk. People that drink that whiskey know what I'm talking about. But wow, sweet, smoky, goodness with that little bit of Campbelltown funk in there. Sweet, smoky goodness. He said, now I finally got it to the shoulder, and I just really enjoy Springbank. And my Springbank 10 is right here. But why don't I know where that stupid Bull Run 17-year? I know it's driving me crazy. Why don't I know where that is? Unless I accidentally got it behind some of the Russells, because the bottle is similar, and I'm
Yes.
just missing it. Because I see the Kentucky Spirit. I see the Russells. Sorry, but it's just irking me that I can't find it, or I don't see it. Oh shoot, I see it now, and I'm going to get it just because. Okay, so here's previous years. There it is. It was hiding behind something else. There we go. All right. This is the 17-year that Eric would love to have another bottle of. And of course, it was released by Liquor Lineup. And this one is finished in the Oregon Pinot Noir cask for 17 years. Well, excuse me. I apologize. That's not true. 17-year-old whiskey. Finishing time is 32 months. It's coming in at 61.82 or 123.64 proof. And this was opened 7/27 of 25. I wrote the date. Go ahead.
Excuse me,
Go ahead.
Night night, Bubba. See you in the morning. My grandson's going to bed.
Yes, unfortunately, I'm going to be doing the same thing not far behind him. And this is
Night night, Bubba.
Before that, the 16-year Bull Run finished in the same thing. But they only did 12 months there. And let me just look. This is 161.13, so 122.26 proof.
Leave this alone.
But it still was another really good bottle, of course, done in conjunction with Liquor Lineup. Really a exceptional bottle. I knew. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Dude, I was just thinking about you, Bourbon for Bacon. I saw you on I don't know if it was Ben's stream. Probably was. And I said, damn, I wondered where you been. And then you pop up over here. So beautiful that you stopped in here, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Glad to see you. That's for darn sure. And cheers to you, my friend. Cheers to you. Always appreciate you when you're here.
Cheers, Bourbon for Bacon.
Hey, Uncle Larry, sorry. Chat got away from me. Cheers, sir. Glad to have you here. Appreciate you coming and smashing that like button. I got a little Springbank 15 for the final dram here tonight in the glass. Just going back to something that I popped a while ago, did a review, and just never got back to revisiting it. And so I'm revisiting it now for my final pour.
Cheers, Uncle Larry.
Mm, sorry. But one thing I like about whiskeys, okay, and particularly a peated whiskey, and I've said this once, I've said this 5 times, I've said this 1,000 times. A peated whiskey, the peat in the whiskey should sit in the back seat. Never be a passenger or driver. It should complement the whiskey to the point where it works in harmony with it, that it
Hmm.
doesn't overpower the other flavors that the whiskey is bringing there. Um, if you get let's just use a finish. If the finish is overpowering the whiskey, what the hell? You know that you're not the finish is like the icing on the cake. All right,
Hmm.
inside is what you want to experience. Is it sweet? Is it rich? Is it creamy? Is it fruity? Can you chew it? You know what I'm saying? Is there what else is in there? The icing is the finish. So in this, where I'm talking about, the peat is the icing, and you just don't want it to where that pushes through the true flavor of the whiskey, because you're not you're not experiencing what the blender and the distiller had in mind. But if that's the way the blender did it, then okay, well, guess what?
Hmm.
I'm going to say it. What the hell were you blending? The whiskey is blown away by your finish or the peat or whatever.
Hmm.
Come on, come on.
Or are you covering something up?
Uh, okay, there was the other caveat to that. Are you covering something? But if you're really doing a deep dive on a whiskey and you want to truthfully get to the bare bones, you're going to add water to proof it down to, like, I don't know, I think it's 30%. Don't quote me. Maybe somebody actually knows uh, the numbers. Maybe Uncle Larry does, or maybe Bourbon for Bacon or somebody in there, Eric. I think you actually proof it down to about 30% ABV and consume it. And that will tell you the story of the whiskey. I'm going to borrow Mr. Jiggs's line. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But I do know you proof it down. Hey, what's up, Ben? Cheers, sir. Appreciate you coming in, saying hello, smashing that like button. I sure hope all is well up in Canada, in your neck of the woods, sir. Glad to have you coming in and saying hello.
Ben from the north.
Mm-hmm. When the Canadian folk are in, and people from the UK, and Faz pops in from New Zealand, or excuse me, or Greg's whiskey guide pops in from France. I love it to have such a demographic like that of people
Hmm.
from all over putting their 2 cents in uh, on whiskey. I really do. I really find it that it is wonderful to have that type of diversity on
Hmm.
my. And you know what? I used to be, and I've said this, like I said, I've said this before. I was never a proponent of it. However, I as my palate grew, my experience grew, my understanding grew, and I understood better what a few drops of water can do, particularly distilled water, not just tap water, but distilled water. And Now, I agree with it. I'm for it. You know, um, I don't like ice in my whiskey. I like it neat. I will put whiskey stones in there to bring the temperature down if I feel that that whiskey is still too warm. So that's what I alluded to earlier in the stream that, when I'm up at camp, it's warm now. And one of the reasons why I did not have any whiskey was that it was just warm outside and I needed those stones and I didn't have them. So I'm going to have to remember to take a couple of whiskey stones up just to take that edge off while I'm out there sipping, to drop it in there to bring that temperature of the whiskey down a bit. And
I'm going to grab something to show you real quick.
well, don't make it real quick, but I'll wait. But yeah, you got to bring that temperature of the whiskey down a little bit for me. But uh, again, as my palate's grown and my experience has grown, my understanding of whiskey has grown. I've also learned that whiskey is consumed a little on what I would call the cool side to really get the full experience. And then what I learned is once I don't remember the number offhand, but I did a stream on it. So I don't have it committed to memory, but I did a stream on it. What temperature should whiskey be consumed at? And it was a lot cooler than I thought. Now, not like an ice cube's going to do, no, but it was probably, if I remember correctly, in the 50s. I think it was. When I say 50s, probably higher 50s. And that surprised me because I'm like, well, that's cold for whiskey. You more want it to be room temperature, not necessarily room temperature as we think. But, in a rick house or a warehouse, what the hell? How do you keep it at 50 degrees? Anyway, sorry, I digressed. What do you got there?
So I got these glasses on Amazon, and it's a double wall,
Uh huh.
and the bottom unscrews, and you put water in it, and then you stick it in the freezer, and you let it freeze to an ice block. It's got a fill line. You fill to that point. That way it doesn't
Oh, yeah, yeah. I've
explode.
seen that. Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah.
And they're handy. And if you don't want to dilute anything or swallow a rock, you know, maybe
Yeah, yeah.
one too many pours, and they come in pairs, and these were like $10 maybe.
Huh. All right.
And
Well,
like I
there
said,
you go.
I don't know if you can see that there's the double wall right there.
Yeah. No, I could sell
It,
theirs too.
it
Yeah.
comes up to like right there, just like a finger below the top. So that
Hmm.
it's completely encapsulated in ice.
Perfect. Because see, I don't want the
And,
ice in my whiskey.
and the bottoms are also kind of not, they're semi non-skid, they're textured,
Uh huh.
and they make them in various colors.
Yeah. Well, who gives a hoot about the color as long as the whiskey stays at the temperature you want? Yeah.
I wanted to, match with my box,
You are, and it does well. It does well. Oh my gosh. You know what, Ben? That's funny. I was just watching a video on that park on YouTube. Just watching a video on that park. Somebody's taking their Class B, going through there, but they're on their way to Alaska to go to, uh, oh my gosh, the Arctic. So they're doing the Alaskan highway and stuff. And one of the stops they made was there. Oh, I'm just laughing because you mentioned it and I just watched that. Well,
Over
thank
the
you,
last,
Larry.
over
Thank
like the
you. That's
last 6 weeks, over like the last 6 weeks, I've had like 5 or 6 different friends at different times go on Alaskan cruises. They're all doing it right now.
well, I got a friend that his wife and his kids and they're in Ireland, or I think they might even be on their way home.
Hmm.
But I can't remember if it was a cruise, but I think it was a cruise. and I forget where else they went. But anyway, Larry, yeah, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. And that's what we try to do. We just try to broaden our palates, broaden our understanding, and just have normal chats about whiskey and other things. I mean, yeah, now we're talking about cruising, but eh, this is what we do. This is what you would do if you were sitting in a pub just having a drink and bullshit. This is exactly what we talk about here. Bullshit mostly, but it's what we do. Especially with non-chill filtered whiskeys, just one drop of water causes chemical reaction in the glass to bring out it does. It really really does. It really does make a difference. Oh my gosh, speaking of people I haven't seen over here in a while, the Becker House. What is up, dude? Good to see
Cheers,
you.
Bill.
Yeah, really appreciate you popping up. I've seen you around, but I'm sure glad you came over here to say hi to us all here. Cheers, sir. Great seeing you. I don't get to, I mean, seen him around. I know he's around. I've seen him whiskey wars and bullshitting like that. And, but we all get busy and we don't get to pop in and even just say hi, kiss my ass. I'm smashing the like button. Have a good night, guys. We just life happens, gets busy.
That it does.
Yep. But it's always good to see him pop in. I mean, it really is. It makes me feel good. Like, oh man, where were you? I haven't seen you in a while. I was thinking about you, blah, 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 blah. And like, like bourbon for bacon is just so funny. He comes in, and I've said this before. I think about people. I was talking about Tore Up earlier, and boom, there he was. Now bourbon for bacon, and you just realize, hey, where's this person? Where's that person? Like, I know James isn't in here today, and I don't think I've seen him this week anywhere, but shit happens over there too. And like I said, they're going through a heat wave. So,
James Morgan.
yep. Oh,
He's
hey,
he's over in
there's
England,
another
isn't he?
guy I was talking about too. All of a sudden showed up. Jigsy. Just saying. You know what I mean? Just saying. Oh gosh. I'm just laughing because all these people I'm talking about. Now I know Jigsy's been around because I've actually chatted with him. We're in that chat, a text chain. So, I know he's all right and doing well and everything else. So, um, yeah,
Cheers,
it's
Jigs.
just good to see. Just good to see him. I know I'm missing a comment here. Hold on. Give me a second. Hold on here. All right. I knew it was there. I just kept going over it. I mean, and over it. Beach Sand Bourbon, people. There's the link. Again, if you're not subscribed, go over there, say hello, hit that subscribe button. You tell him I sent you, he might boot you off. I don't know. But always support the channels that support us. It's always good. Unless, like I said, I know when certain people are here and know when certain people are not here. And it's just funny how I think about them and then here they are. Here they are. But it's always good to see some of these people. But like I said, life gets in the way. Sipping Nulu honey finish always can get sweeter, just saying. No one can be sweeter than you, Jigsy. Nobody. But Cheers to you all here. Always great seeing you. Great having you on the stream. Oh, and there's another one I'm talking about. There's another one I was talking about when I brought out that ball blair from 2005. And look who shows up. The man from the Marshall Islands himself. What's up, JD? Yeah,
Hey,
look,
JD.
1 p.m. on a Monday. Yep. Hope you are well, sir. But yeah, I was talking about you. My K&L connection. I said, JD, I had his Venmo, PayPal, whatever, and boom, oh yeah, that's a good one. I said, yep. I said, that was my connection for sure. But always good to see him. Glad to see you, brother. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. Man, this Springbank 15 is so damn good. I remember Donner Pass and I were talking about that, and I pulled it out, and I said, look at this. I said, JD, make sure you got me 2 of them. One's gone. It's history. But, oh my goodness. It is good whiskey. Good whiskey. It's particularly that one at that price. Good whiskey. But anyhow, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's almost 6:45. Geez, I got to get up at 1:30, but I'm going to finish this dram with you. Yeah, I know. Okay. The reason why we do this is because you won't go wrong with that, Jigsy. You know that. I wouldn't steer you wrong. All right. I might, I might bust your chops, but, I wouldn't intentionally steer you wrong unless I really was going to get a good laugh or something out of it, but anyhow, get that Springbank 15. Anyway, if we start before a certain time, we get a paid lunch. If we start after a certain time, we get 30 minutes paid, so 2 15-minute breaks and an unpaid 30-minute lunch. So if we start at 4, we quit at 11 because the last hour is lunch. We get paid. We just go home. Does that make sense? So, and we can do that because whether we sit there for an hour and watch the clock tick until we can walk out the door, well, we go home. So now some days I'm still there a little longer. That's how that goes. And, heaven forbid overtime. But it happens. But anyway, got an easy week this week. Looking forward to it. Yeah, no, it's crunch time. Trying to get I work in a high school, so trying to get that back in order. We only have a couple more weeks before school starts. Our teachers come back August 5th. Kids come back the 10th. So we're pretty much done. We still have grounds to do, some floors to do. We did the filter changes. We have like 1,500 filters between for our HVAC systems. So between the roof and the hallway units and stuff like that, it's a chore, and we do it 4 times a year. But so yeah, it's a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff to get through and do it. But anyway, I just kind of like that schedule. I don't like the 1:30 thing. Don't like the 1:30 thing. I used to, but now that I'm older, no. don't quite like it. I like that extra hour or two of sleep. It used to be 4 hours, get up, go, no problem. Um, Now it's like, yeah, I'm not so much happy with that. You know what? I haven't. I've been meaning to pick that up. Uh, I've been meaning to get that on there. And you probably are the one that asked me about it or told me about it before, uh, Jigs. But no, and I've seen it on there, but I'm thinking 5 year, can it beat my 10 year or my 15 year, being that it's what it is. Well, you know what, JD? This one here, this 15 year is pretty darn good, but I have a 10 year from 19, it's an older one. So from the early 2000s, something like that, before they changed the bottle. I forget what in the heck it is. But anyway, Marty found me that when he was in Tennessee. So can't can't complain. But this 15, look how beautiful this thing is. Beautiful as far as dark goes. It's just, I've got a 16, 17-year-old finished in a Pinot Noir that's this dark. I mean, amazing. Amazing. Hey, Big Vic. Cheers, man.
Cheers, Vic.
Appreciate you being here, man. Thanks for popping in. Oh, yeah. Yeah. When the pandemic hit, my wife was working from home. Well, she's a teacher. So it was nice. I got furloughed. Really liked it. We would go to our camp. And guess what? She would teach from northern Nevada right there inside our camper. It was perfect. Really, it was perfect. We'd be up there for weeks on end. It was really nice. So, yeah. Just saying.
I saw a clip. I saw a clip from back in the pandemic when this girl was. They were doing the virtual learning from home, and she
Mm-hmm.
was set up at her mom's computer in her mom's room, and she was in class, and mom walked in from out of the shower in the background, unbeknownst that the girl was on the virtual learning session.
Oh,
Interesting
uh,
stuff. But anyway,
yeah. Yeah.
I think my favorite one from the pandemic was the judge when they were doing the virtual court,
Look
and
at
he
this.
got on.
Cheers, fellas.
He got
You,
on, and his
you coming?
grandkids had gotten on his computer, and he had a cat filter on.
Oh, I've seen some stuff because, when all that really came about, a lot of people weren't super savvy, and especially when you started doing a lot of this video stuff. So this stupid stuff would get in there because they actually clicked something not knowing. And like you said, they got a cat face or whatever, something dumb, but work yourself out. Bill, what's up, man?
How you
I'm
guys doing?
I'm great. I'm glad you can join me for a nightcap. I was just like, man, I'm going to finish this up, and because I got to get up at 1:30. But
Yeah, it
man,
sounds like you got to be up early.
yeah. But
Cheers,
man,
Bill.
and then another person that's here is OJ for Hire. I'm so glad to see him. He popped on last time I was on a few weeks ago. It was always good to see him, and here he is today. And I said, man, all these people I've been thinking about. I mean, like I said, I've seen you, I've seen Jigsy, and stuff like that. And I knew JD was around and Bourbon for Bacon and stuff. And I just haven't seen him here. And then all of a sudden I'm thinking about you and a bunch of other people. And guess who shows up? And this is no shit. This is no shit. All of a sudden you guys just like boom, 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 boom. And then of course
I heard you and I was like, let me go and say hello because it has been,
I heard
it's
you.
been a minute.
You heard me?
Cheers, there.
I'm just laughing because
You look good, man. You look good, clean shaven, dude.
Well, this used to be the corporate face when I used to have to wear the turkey noose and the jacket and all that stuff. And yeah, I don't have to do that now. And it's funny, work for the district, and if you want to kind of move around, you can go anywhere you want in the district. I could stay here in Las Vegas. I could teach in Laughlin. I could teach, go to Mesquite. I could go anywhere. All right. And work rather. And you're still in the district. And
Yeah.
It's huge. You got like 100 miles one way, 100 miles the other way, and you're still in the same school district.
That's really beneficial.
You can go and teach in a one-room schoolhouse still here.
That's cool.
Well, I don't even know why they reopened it, but they did because it got destroyed in a flood up in Mount Charleston.
I have a friend that she just switched districts from the county we live in to Houston proper. And so because of it, they cut her pay because when she switched districts, they stopped paying her. So she doesn't get paid till school starts. So she's like, oh, no, I don't know what I'm going to do. I didn't know that was the thing. Like when you transferred, like you'll.
But see, the thing about it is so like here, my wife retired from teaching last school year. So the 25-26 school year, August 25, she retired. However, school ended, let's just say May of 25. She's under contract until the new school year. So she gets paid all summer, even though she was going to retire.
Oh,
yeah.
That I don't know if like the contract ended and then that's why the way she made it seem is because she transferred from this district is Conroe ISD and then she transferred to HISD. And so because of that, she's not getting paid anymore from Conroe and she doesn't get paid again until like the first or second week of August when school starts for Houston.
See, if she had the contract and she's getting paid like most teachers do, they opt for, they work the 8 months, 9 months of the year, and then they get paid over the summertime. That money's already in there. She's already done her time.
Mm-hmm.
They should be paying her.
So you can opt for your pay in 9 months, or they'll break it up over 12, which 99% of all the teachers do.
Over 12, yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said, when my wife retired from teaching, they were still paying her through the summer because that's her contracted. So, time. So, boom. And then once that ended, it was, I don't know, you go 2 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever. Then you get your first check. Yeah. But whatever.
She had already done the work and had already put that money in the bank with them.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, but every district's different. They do things, they structure things differently. Maybe she originally wasn't paid over the summer, but it sounds like she was. And then when she left job A to go to job B, it stopped. But she didn't leave job A to go to job B until the end of the year, right?
Yeah, that's what I believe.
Yeah. So I would believe that she should have been paid over the summer, but who knows? Each.
Yeah, I just saw like it's my younger sister's like friend from when they were in school, so I'm Facebook friends with her. I known her for like growing up, but I'm Facebook friends with her. And I saw she did the whole like I hate to do this post and did like a GoFundMe and stuff. And she was like, I'm kind of screwed, and I was like, damn, that sucks.
It does.
That does suck.
It absolutely.
Especially a teacher, they do the commitment with these kids and everything.
Oh yeah.
I think she does special education too.
That is a totally selfless job.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think she does like special ed, so she might be. Not
I
that,
actually
not that,
did
it,
that for.
not that there's a tier to the amount of heart you have for people, but I think it takes a special person and special patience on some levels for,
Oh yeah,
you know
to
what I
do
mean?
that.
I,
Oh yeah, yeah.
I did that for 1 year, and I decided I was better suited for law enforcement. So yeah,
You said it was easier.
yeah, it's easier to put them in timeout.
Exactly.
Wow, Orlando.
That was funny. I like
I
that. It's
actually had
easier.
I actually had this one kid one day who just got up and started singing and dancing. And you know that Twisted Sister song, "We're Not Going to Take It."
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He got up and he's singing and dancing. This is the second grade classroom, and I told him, Eugene, you need to stop. Sit down. You need to stop. And he just kept singing along, and I'm like, is this kid on crack or what? So I said, okay, we're going to principal's office. You can't make me go. Wrong thing to say. Picked him up like a football, and I'm walking down the hall, and this kid grabs my hand, grabs my wrist, and up towards my elbow, and goes, "Ugh,"
Hell
and
yeah, he
just
did. You can't pick somebody up, Orlando.
he bites on my arm, and I walk into the principal's office with this kid latched onto my arm, and the school secretary goes, "Right on in, go."
Mhm.
But I mean, he just like he wasn't going to quit singing. He wasn't going to sit down. He wasn't going to the principal's office. So yeah, you're
That
60
escalated.
pounds. You're 60 pounds or something. So nope, homie, don't play that.
I could tell you in my day, if I'd have done that, my butt would have been sore.
Oh yeah, dude.
Guaranteed.
Yes.
Guaranteed. And not only from the teacher, but when I got
Yeah,
home.
you get it again when you go home.
Dude,
Yeah, you would have got it twice when you got home.
Hey,
I went to
Your parents will tell you about the phone call they received.
Mm-hmm.
Catholic school
By
in
the
New
way,
York
cheers, Eric.
with fucking nuns.
Cheers, Orlando.
hey,
Bill and Anthony.
right there, brother. Right across the knuckles.
The ruler to the knuckles, kneeling on pencils. You ever had to kneel on pencils? That's fucking that one. Sucked.
I did it by accident, not on purpose. And I
Kneeling
didn't
on
like
pencils
it.
sucked.
Yeah.
Nuns
Exactly.
were the worst, man.
Mr. Franklin, cheers, sir. Always a pleasure to see you. Another one that has popped in to grace us with his presence. All these people tonight. And yes, Jigsy, that 15 is awesome. Awesome. Working at some schools around here. Yes. Yep. So we have school police. Um, the district has school police, which has the same powers as local, but also still have jurisdiction outside the school. They are sworn law enforcement officers. For a while, they couldn't. They could not within a certain area. Once they got so far from the school, they could not, issue a ticket. That's not true anymore, which never made sense, And one night I'm coming home. It's about 10:30, and school cop pulls by me and then pulls in front. And this guy comes by me and just vroom takes off. School cop takes off, goes behind me. He didn't light him up at first, so we're going down the same street, and I just kind of edged it a bit to where I'm going a little fast because I said I got to see this. And we're going. Next thing you know, he lights him up and pulls him over, and I'm chuckling. I says, "Well, that one there probably thought, oh, that's a school police. I don't have anything to worry about." Yeah, I know he was doing a good 20 plus over the speed limit when he booked past me and that cop. And it's not like you didn't know he was a cop. That car was marked from nose to tail for sure. But he just lit him up and pulled him over. And as I rode by, I wanted to go lay on the horn and beep, beep, and wave. But I
He
didn't.
might have been just waiting and like running them, seeing who he's dealing with first before he lights them up.
You never know. You never know. But yeah, now here the last few years they can. As a matter of fact, now some of them are working with local PD, doing their 8-hour shifts or 10 or whatever they do, and being that second person in a car, or just working in the courts, things of that nature, or on warrant teams.
Mhm.
Yep.
Some of the smaller school districts have officers that are assigned from the local PD, and they're the school resources officers from that department, as opposed to the bigger school districts having their own independent
Mm-hmm.
police department from the locals.
Schools will either pay that salary or contribute towards it to the local PD,
Mhm.
to get that officer there. And the school across the street from me probably has, I'm going to just take a wild ass guess, probably has 4
Mhm.
there during the school year. 4. And we recently had an incident where it was put on lockdown,
Mhm.
and there was a shooting in the field there at the school, literally across the street from me. So long story short is, happened at like a another store, and it made its way to the school across from mine just
Mhm.
because. And apparently there were some, how do we say, lead flying from the criminal into the building at people there. And then I guess they just didn't know that there are other people there that are going to come after them right away, let's say, and then take care of the situation. But it put us on lockdown.
Mhm.
And I'm like, this is the real thing. And
Yeah,
wherever
that's
you
probably
are,
really scary, man.
well, no, I mean, I'm in a separate room, like a closet. Sat down, just let them know where I was, and
I mean, even then, though, they're like, you might be okay, but then there's still that moment of like, okay, there's people I've worked with, colleagues, students, you know what I mean? Like
true,
all around the place that it's like,
true.
I don't know what would go through your mind because there's so much fucking to process.
There is, and you're absolutely right. But yeah, it's different. It truly is different. I mean, me, I'm like, it is what it is. This is society. This is the way it is. I didn't know what was going on because you don't hear. You're just given commands via the PA system. And so once we went to a certain stage, I walked across the hall through the cafeteria and back into my office area, and secured the doors. But we were in there for a couple of hours till we found out part of the story, and then once it hit the news, I got the rest of the story.
Get the rest of the pieces that were.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. But this was literally across the street from where I was.
It happens so often now. It's like, I know that I understand the zero tolerance on like joking about it for their generation, like when they make jokes in school. But at the same time, like it's so much. Like for me, it was like a one-off. Like Columbine was like the first one, right? And then now it's like it happens so often. Like, how do the kids not make jokes almost when you're dealing with it? Like, because it's more closer to a reality for them than it was for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, not saying they should be allowed to, but it's like, how do you navigate that? Because it's like, you know what I mean? When there's traumatic shit, people joke about it, and then so it becomes
It's a
whole
coping mechanism.
Yeah, a whole dynamic of it, right?
Exactly. So it was funny. One of the office were sitting there. And of course, I was joking, but so I'm in there, our boss is in there, and someone else is in there. And so we have to do certain things. So making sure certain areas are locked, particularly where we were. Um, anyway, that being said, we did what we had to do, but then another announcement came, which forced us into another situation. So he was on one side, I was on the other. Anyway, so everything went in. We were released. Do what we're doing. Um, I went home. Whatever. So the next day we're talking, and I said to the one, I go, well, this happened, that happened, and she had made a comment, and I said, well, didn't you notice neither one of us said anything about where you were? And she goes, yeah. I says, did you notice where I was sitting? And she goes, yeah, you were sitting there in the corner. I said, yeah. So if something bad would have really happened and they kicked in the door, well, the first person they would have seen would have been the person sitting in the chair that you were, because you're behind the desk. So they figured you would be the boss. And the first thing you were going to do is you're going to jump back and throw your hands up and go, oh my God. I said, if they would have done something to you, I said, you would have nothing to worry about, because I'd have snuck out behind them and went out the door and went for help. I says, because I wasn't sitting in that chair.
You're like, I let you be the decoy.
Bingo. And she just looked at me, and my boss is laughing, and he goes, fact. He goes, you didn't see one of us.
She's in her head, she's like, you asshole.
Exactly. But I was joking. But
yeah.
It's a way to get rid of stress or whatever.
Coping with it, yeah.
But she just looked at me, and I go, it's the truth. You didn't see me tell you to get up out of my chair, or him tell you to get up out of his, right? Because I'm a supervisor. And I go,
back in like '89, we had an incident where there was a guy who went into a vacant house and was squatting on it. And it was a 2-story house, so he had a vantage point, and he had a 30-30 lever action. I believe it was a Marlin that he had. It was, a brush gun. And it was a standoff. We had multiple shots fired, multiple people pinned down, and actually called in an armored personnel vehicle from Dallas PD to come in to get people out. And one of the DPD SWAT snipers actually took the guy out. But they called a team of psychiatrists to come in to consult and, get everybody just to talk them through it, to de-escalate things, just kind of decompress. And I remember sitting there.
DC sniper took him out?
Dallas PD, a DPD sniper.
Oh, dude, I thought you said a DC. Like, remember those guys in the trunk of the car? I was like, what fucking luck is that? The DC sniper just.
No, Dallas PD. I'm sorry, I used the DPD acronym.
My bad, dude.
Anyway, these people came in to, let everybody talk and just kind of do a little therapeutic thing. And what really got to me was, and I'm like, what the heck? They're like, and what will really help you is just get some Metamucil. I'm like, are you serious, people? You're telling me to get a laxative to just kind of let it all go? It's like, no, sorry.
They told you to let that shit go, dude. Literally.
Yeah, I just kind of shut down at that point. I'm like, I ain't listening to this crap.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to make. I said this was my last pour, but I will going to pour one more since I got all these people.
Need something in your glass, Ben.
I haven't had anything yet. What's in it? What's in it? Just pour.
Well,
I had some beers, but no whiskey.
Last pour.
Me, since I'm here, I had Springbank, I had Glenn Dronich, I had Ardna Merchant, I had
Durkin.
What am I gonna have? What haven't I had in a minute here? Oh, I know what I'm gonna have. I have
Long Branch.
Bull Run. You're gonna get the Bull Run.
Right for that shit. Long Branch, my ass. Yeah, I haven't had this one here, Belvini, the Curious Cask Collection Limited.
Is that the Toast of American Oak?
No.
No?
This is just what I said. The Curious Cast,
All right. Well, I have a ton of CA Scotty
14
samples
year.
You're right back.
and I'm pretty sure I can find a Belvini sample here.
I have Belvini. I've got the American Oak. That is really good. I wish I would.
I know I have it. I don't know where it is. That would be a
I have
step.
Fruit Week. And then, of course, I've got the Sherry, which is no longer brought to the not wrong here. But I'm going to put a little more in there because like I said, I got to. Famous last words. I do got to get up early, but
Oh shit! dude.
You know, Sean's taking the late shift tonight.
what?
Yeah, he's doing a Mitch McConnell. You're next to Lindsey Graham. Stream.
I think Mitch might have went first, dude, and they're just not telling us.
You haven't heard anything about him in a while.
I thought he surfaced today in like a rehab or something.
Well, I thought
Did
he went
he?
to the hospital.
Yeah, I thought I went to the hospital, and then they didn't say shit. Really, I didn't know they showed him.
I'm not sure if that's true. I had a lot of weird dreams earlier today, so I'm not sure. Because like I dreamed Sean's thumbnail before it appeared. I've been doing a lot of drinking.
Well,
There you go.
I'd say your hat's probably too tight, but I know you just put that on, so that's not it.
Did Troy send you those AI videos I had him make?
No.
Oh, dude, I gotta send you these. They're not exactly what I requested, but it's...
So yeah, a little Belvini in here, 14 year, and I'll finish this off. And people that are on live that want to stay and chat, you go right ahead. But I'm gonna get cleaned up so I can call the hogs. I laugh because I said it. My wife, yeah, I won't be long. 45 minutes past the time I said I was going to stop.
Well, I think I'm going to try this Scotty sample here.
You should.
I don't have any Balvenie, but I just poured a little bit of that Sazerac Rye Full Proof.
There you go. I'm going
There
with
you go.
a CA Scotty Craigellachie 16-year first fill PX.
Oh, Pedro Jimenez.
Nice.
I cracked a Copperworks Peat Smiths made with Washington peat.
There you go.
Not bad.
Dave, I don't even know why you would even think of drinking that crap. But hey, if you like it, you like it. And you better get yourself some because it is not going to be available for much longer. They finally decided to stop making that crap. Cheers, Richie. All right, people. Cheers to everybody that's here. A little Belvini in the glass. Oh my
And
gosh.
cheers to everybody.
Cheers.
Remember everybody that's deployed also.
Oh, yeah.
L'chaim.
L'chaim. Oh, that don't suck.
Oh wow. Now that's nice. I know I was drinking Springbank, but wow. That transition from Springbank to this is like a fruit bomb.
How is that 15?
That Springbank 15? Well, you would know. I thought you got one too.
Nope. They only had one.
Oh crap. Well, this is the Ben found this one for me. This 15. And he sent me the picture of it. I'm like, oh my gosh, how dark that is. And I had to have it. Where did you find that at? Where was it? Was it at Total?
I want to say it was a total. I think.
Yeah.
I think it was just a random find on the shelf. Yeah. So no, I have two different batches of 10. And I have some of the Finish series, but I don't have any. I don't have 15. I don't have 18. I do have 12. I do have the cash string, but those change.
Okay. Now, I'm going to bring someone else on. And I know you guys are going to feel like very, very subservient to him, but he is worth absolutely. He is worth respect. Even put a hat on.
Uh-oh.
Here he is, people.
Cheers.
Absolutely.
Damn, that guy's sexy.
Oh,
Is
hell,
it?
the mighty jigs, dude.
Doublewood 17.
Oh my gosh! Look at this. Look at this.
All hail the mighty jigs.
That's right.
Cheers.
Cheers, Jigs.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. But yeah, the Belvini is. I'm surprised at how well that transitioned from something totally on one side of the spectrum to come over here, and it's like, holy smokes! Wow, really good.
That's going to describe the transition from here to Sean's show. Like one side of the spectrum, but holy smoke.
Oh, that's really taking the needle to the next extreme. That's for sure.
Bill, I think what you might mean is not on the spectrum and on the spectrum.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a good analogy. Bill, what do you think? That's probably spot on.
We can work with it.
That's spot on. I like that. Off the spectrum, but on the spectrum. Yeah, I like that. Oh, goodness. No, I didn't. I don't know if did he send out a text?
He did in that group thread.
Okay.
He put them in several.
I think he did it on
Oh.
Patreon too.
Okay. Well, I don't know why. Oh, I know why. My phone went into sleep mode because it knows my alarm schedule, so it's set for me to do.
Oh, you're
my
past your
God.
bedtime?
What? I get up at 1:30. So yeah,
Anthony, go to sleep, dude.
A
I
little
will.
over 6 hours.
I'm not worried.
1:30 in the afternoon.
I wish.
Oh,
I
that's my bedtime. Sorry.
That's you. Look at this. I was talking about C.A. Scotty today, and whose dram was I drinking earlier? I said I got to go back and revisit this. The Ardent Merchant AD Sherry.
And I'm drinking one right now.
Yep. And look at this. He shows up to today. There we go. There we go. All these people. Mm-hmm. It's called, it's the thoughts. It's getting out there into the universe. Mhm.
Couldn't let you and Orlando have all the fun.
Hopefully the new ride will get the new name and logo tomorrow. We'll see.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Tomorrow's the day?
Hopefully. I mean, I better hear from the financing guy. I got all kinds of credit pulls this weekend. So,
Did you get to drive it again?
well, not since they're supposed to be fixing it. So, I'm gonna drive it again before I sign anything.
Mhm.
What's
Hey.
being fixed?
It had a pull to the right.
Oh, okay.
So, the
Need
sales
an
guy, of
alignment.
course, is like, oh, it needs an alignment. I'm pretty sure I had bent tie rod or something, but I don't
Yeah, it
care
could
as
be-
long as it's fixed.
Do they have stabilizer bars in those? Or are they not big enough?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, no, they do.
Yeah, it could be anything. They could be stabilizer, tie rod, fucking anything. Ball
I don't
joint.
really give a damn as long as it's fixed.
Yeah, just make it right.
Yeah.
What
Make it
what
right.
year was it again, Ben? Was
17.
it 17? 17?
17
Yeah, I'm looking at a 19 right now. Was it 3.6?
That's the last year of the 3.6.
Yeah.
I've been talking to some Subaru mechanics through friends, and they said that that's the bulletproof motor at this point, that the 3.6 is stronger,
Yeah.
like longevity and health-wise, than even the 2.5 now.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I'm looking at it. Which I'm actually going to trade in a 3.6 with 50,000 miles just because everything else on it keeps going.
Yep. Yeah, but Jigs, you'll have it so long, man. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. I mean, everybody who knows, mine just died with 285. I actually took it to go grab dinner. It's not like it's dead, but I got to put water in it every time I drive it.
I was thinking of the end links, not the stabilizer bars.
Mhm.
Those fucking,
Yeah,
what are they called?
It didn't feel like that. It definitely felt like a something was wrong on the front end, but whatever. I don't care. As
Yeah.
long as they fix it.
Fix it. Fix it. But mine has almost 17,000 miles on it, and it'll be a year old on the 25th of this month.
You that could be the last car you ever own.
And
I hope
it's
not.
going in tomorrow for an oil change and just some other minor maintenance items. But
What year is yours?
25.
Forester, right?
Yep. Touring.
Yeah.
So you
my
got-
Nissan is, Jesus Christ, I don't even know how old it is now. It's 17 years, and it still only has 27,000 miles.
Well, mine only had 285,000.
Yeah.
I drive my cars to the ground.
Yeah. Well, I have a couple, and it's, I don't know. The Jeep, I got to do something. I got to get rid of that thing. I've already, just last year, I had to replace the whole rear end, and that's at 50,000 miles. I'm like, I hate for something major like a transmission or something. So that's why I'm like, no, I'm just going to get rid of it while it's still got good value.
Take it to CarMax or something like that. And you
Well,
don't
they offered me $5,000 in trade. So
Yeah, but just go on like Carvana. Carvana offered me $700 for the Subaru, with literally with me checking off steam coming out from under the hood.
I didn't see that under the options, but
It is on Carvana, and they still offered me $700 for it.
Hey.
So that's probably where it's going to go, because they can't say I didn't say there was not steam coming from under the hood, because there is.
Oh my gosh.
The most ironic thing is I'm buying it from a Ford dealer.
hey,
The only time you'll ever catch me buying anything in a Ford dealer.
yeah, I'm going to go talk to where I bought my Jeep from, because they're like, oh, we'll give you a bigger discount because you're a loyalty member, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Hey, tell them you were born at night, but it wasn't last night. So, yeah, I'll look at your numbers, but
Oh, I actually told the finance guy in front of him, like, look, I hate this game. If you piss me off, I will just walk out and not buy the car.
Yeah. Yeah. I hate the whole salesman bullshit. I've seen it.
Mhm.
I mean, come on. We've all.
They had already given me the price. I had to wait over a half hour for him to give me the price in writing.
Yeah.
bourbon for bacon, you're right. But yeah, you got to do that, Ben. I mean, I hated the process, but we started the process probably like in May, and I wasn't in the mood. And, you know, we went down there because my wife was going down. And so I went down with her and drove a couple. We were originally going to get the hybrid, but after I did some more research on it, as long as we keep it, if I replace that battery in, let's just say 8 to 10 years, it's almost 10 grand to replace the batteries. And being that it's a hybrid, if those lithium batteries go, the car still will not run on its gas engine. It has to have those batteries. So I was like, yeah, that isn't going to work. So when we were there, the salesman knew, and we went back and forth and so on and so forth as far as different cars driving or whatever. And I'm looking at different things, and you know, it's pretty much her car, so she's going to get what she wants. So I'm ready to go home because I had enough. And this manager comes over, and the salesman that we know and said, "Hey, look, he's going to come over." Yeah. So he's giving me his spiel about, you know, hey, you know, this may not be here tomorrow or whatever, and we really want to make you a deal. And I said, if it's not here tomorrow, I'll get something else. I says, I don't know, it was Toyota or something across the street. I says, well, Toyota's there. They may have the one I want. I go, I'm not buying today. I'm only here because she wants to drive and wants me to see what she likes. I go, but I'm not buying today. As a matter of fact, I'm leaving. I'm going to go home and have something to eat before I go to bed because it was already like 6:00. It was like, I've been at work all day and I came here. And then I didn't go back for a while. And my wife told our salesman, which he was great. There was no BS or anything like that. He almost was going to say, give me a price until he came over. And when he came over and give me that spiel that they do, which I understand that's their job. Okay, I do. So I'm very lenient on it. But I was like, nope, I'm done. I don't have time for this. I'm going. And then, like I told you, Ben, they're like, oh, we're going to get you a great deal and good financing and blah, 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 blah. We went back and forth. And so I said, okay, we're going to finance it. And then, of course, oh, we're going to give you this. We're going to give you this. We're going to give you this. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, what's the final price out the door, tax, title, whatever it is? And they did it. And I go, okay, and this is with what? He says, oh, yeah, 1.9 financing for 5 years and da, 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 da. And you got this rebate and that and this, and we're throwing in this, we're throwing in that. Okay. I go, rip out the checkbook and I go, whoosh, boom. What's that? Well, that's the final price. Well, you're paying cash. Yeah. I just decided I'm not going to go through the rigmarole of waiting 30 days for everything to do whatever. I said, here, just take the money. Just take the money. Just take the money. And that was that. So that was that. Done and over with. I just didn't expect my wife to be retired a couple of years early. So, but that was the thing that we were talking about. Well, we'll get her a car for her retirement. It just came 3 years early. That's all. But yeah, I hate the game. And I really have to be in the mood to put up with it. I just have to be in the mood. I can't just sit there. Sometimes I am. Like, okay, let's play back and forth because I don't have to buy nothing. If I don't like it, I don't have to buy it. And I can put numbers on the piece of paper and you can put numbers on the piece of paper. If I've got time, come on.
Well, they gave me a below private party price. So I'm not, with me financing it through them. So I'm not fighting it. I'm just going to deal with it as long as they give me a good rate. And then I'm just going to,
And you know what it is. You've driven them long enough. I know you. You've done your research. You know what it's worth. And hey,
is it more than I wanted to spend?
For walking. Your feet were made for walking. You have no problem getting.
Well, not mine. Mine are defective, but
it's a figure of speech. But I got you. But I mean, you'll get up and walk. It's like, yeah, I'm not paying that. I told you I wasn't. And that's not even reasonable. You didn't even split the difference between what I want to gift you and what you're there. Absolutely not.
Yeah. I always figure they got you by the short and curlies.
They do. And on occasion, they might have some people. You're right. But it wasn't me. That's for sure. But I will say, this damn Belvini is really ticking the box today. I'm really surprised at that transition between the Springbank and this. How it just went poop. It's really good. And it really smells extremely fruity compared to the Glendronach. And I thought the Glendronach popped after.
Which Glendronach did you have?
The Ode to the Valley. The sherry and port cask. Mm-hmm. I haven't went back to that since I opened it. When I opened the 3.
Sitting right there.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, man, that's damn good. Again, making my mouth salivate. Holy smokes. That's a good dram. And we all know that this stuff really sometimes shines after a few weeks or a month or so of just sitting in that bottle from your initial pour or two. I mean, but these bottles, I'm very happy with how they turned out. Wow. Man, that's good. And the
That's true.
finish was still sitting on my palate. Wow.
Is it your favorite pour of the night?
Well, you know what? I was going to call the Springbank as my last pour. Like, yeah, this is the one I liked after the night. But I tell you what, the Belvini Curious Cask, holy, the 14-year, I might have to say that edged out just by a little bit of a hair on that 15. Really, the Ardent Merchant, I'd say is really close with the Glendronach. It really came out nice too. Really came out nice. And I haven't touched it since I did that stream with CA Scotty. And that was really, really nice. And I know that bottles were already opened when I got the samples, but holy smokes, it was very good. You know, it was the PX Sherry and Oloroso, and it paired very nicely with the sherry and port cask finish of the Glendronach. It was really nice. I just wish the Glendronach was just up a little notch because the Ardent Merchant was 50 ABV, but it still worked well going from that transition up to the Ardent Merchant. It was nice. It was a very nice transition. And then I just went right into the Tamdu cigar malt, then pulled an audible just because, and did the Springbank. And then because now a couple more people popped on, I said, okay, this will definitely be my closing pour. Which one do I grab? And I just turned around and thought, I haven't touched that Belvini Curious Cask in a while. Let's pull it out. Thinking, well, I wonder how it's going to be after a little bit of Campbelltown Pete. Bingo. It was good. Very good. Exactly. Sometimes peated scotch going into a regular, not that it's bad. The peat, like I said, this is what it goes back to saying, peat should not overpower your whiskey. Peat should be in the back seat, not in the front seat, not in the driver's seat, not split in the middle between the driver and the passenger. It should be sitting in the back seat. And sometimes I even make the correlation between the rumble seat. I say sometimes it needs to be a little further back in there. But that Springbank 15, the peat to me is at a sublime level for someone that knows what I'm talking about and can appreciate the craft that's in that whiskey that the distiller made, that the blender put into it. And when that thing went into that bottle, it is very good. It is very good. The funk, the Campbelltown funk is there, but it's muted. The peat is right along with it, but the flavors of that whiskey, are right there. So I can't complain about these picks. And these were strictly off the cuff tonight, just to try some that I haven't went to, bullshit with some people for a little bit. Never anticipated going 3 hours for sure, but it just was good time, good bullshit, and good whiskey one after another.
Yeah.
Exactly what happened.
Cheers to that.
When it's unexpected, it is a pleasant surprise. And to have the people that were in chat tonight, not to mention you guys that are here live on the stream, this was one of the best streams I've had in a minute, with everyone that just showed up out of the blue. And I mean it. It was great. It was good time, good conversation. I mean, we did go from one side to the other, but it was just good time, good conversation with good people.
Yep.
And I talk about this type of stuff to people that say, well, what do you guys do? Just sit there and drink and get drunk? No, not necessarily.
It does happen.
It's happened. Yes, it's happened at least, 2-3 times?
Yeah,
on
in
occasion,
the
once
last,
or twice.
in the last 6-7 years, yeah, probably 2-3 times.
One or twice, once or twice.
But it don't make you bad. Does not make you bad. No. But to tell people that don't understand what it's like, then I just tell them, well, you need to experience it. You need to see. And I give them some names of streams to go to. And I said, it's not what you think. I says, however, if you just want to sit and be slammered, I can give you a few stream names that, by gosh, you'll fit right in just like a freaking light bulb in a socket.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you can certainly get slammered.
Oh,
But I go,
yeah.
that's not the intention. But anyway, but yeah, this Belvini after this Springbank has been perfect. Perfect. Well, you know what? Absolutely right. Your first dram is fantastic. That's the way it should be. Your first dram might be your last dram before you just sit in a chair and relax and digest that big meal you had, Richie. But that's it. That's what you do. And Eric and I last week or so had a conversation, and I said, I had almost 10 days or more off where I didn't have any alcohol, or if not that. And it's just how it turned out to be.
Yeah.
You know, I do have dry days. Sometimes I have dry week or more.
That's good
It's
for
just how it goes. You know, I don't have alcohol every day. I don't. Now, when it's hot, though, I will say this. I went through a 6-pack of beer like a bum on a bologna sandwich here, for sure, because nothing's better than a nice cold beer on a hot afternoon as you're sitting on the porch.
I need that analogy on a T-shirt.
But feel free to make it.
There you go.
A bum on a bologna sandwich.
Yes. When I used to have to cut grass, and I'd go in and I'd get that cold beer, and man, that thing would just go down quicker than a fat kid on a seesaw. I mean, it was amazing. Gosh. And that was Iron City back then. Oof. Now I can't choke that shit down. And I used to think that was good. And I'm not knocking it. I don't know. Our palates change. We change. And that, it just, ooh-wee. Yeah. Can't do it. Cannot do it. Oh. Anyway. Well.
About that time?
About that time, but don't go anywhere on the stream here live. But yeah, exactly. Exactly. But I don't have grass. And there was a reason why I don't have grass when I moved into here over 20 years ago. I don't want to cut grass. I don't have to cut rocks. I once in a while got to rake them. I got to spray for weeds. But other than that, my landscape is rocks here in the desert. And the tree that I have out front, I have compassion once in a while, and I will let the hose drip to it. But it's a desert tree, and if it can't learn how to pick water out of the desert air, I don't know. But I have been watering it because it's just hot out there. And I've been nice, and I'll run the hose for it once in a while. Got a soft spot for that tree. But anyway, everyone in chat, I hope you have a great week. May see you again next weekend. Don't know. You know, when I'm up at the camp and I'm sitting there, like I said, sometimes I just don't want to stop sipping that coffee in the morning or get my tuchus up out of that chair, and I just want to finish watching the sunrise and I don't know, and then meander on back at some. But I'll let you all know. But until then, everyone in chat, I hope you have a good week. Look forward to seeing you all again soon. Cheers, all. Have a great evening.